possibly miss?
Let me scroll back. So let's see. Obviously, the group came together in Novigrad in the little tavern that I could not remember the name of.
It was Dandelions. I can't remember the name of it, but it was
Yeah.
Dandelions
Chameleon.
Tavern.
It was
Chameleon.
the Chameleon. Okay. In any case, we all came together. We accepted our fates and went up and met with the sorceresses, who we only met with one of them, a representative who was named, where is it here? Ina. She gave us some magical doodads, as well as a list of requests that they want us to work on. Those requests included locating a vampire cleric? Question mark? I think. A sorceress and a witcher who no one knows where the hell they are. And mostly just checking out all kinds of old magical ruins. We decided that a good test run would be to go slightly north to the small town
Thorn.
Sorn. There, we stopped at an inn called the Stray Cat. They had potato soup. Our meals were interrupted by the town, like the mayor, for lack of a better term, who is named Stan?
Sten.
Stan. Okay, I've got a typo in here.
Stan with an E.
Yeah. I was like, I have a
Exactly.
typo in here. I was reading, I was like, why is this Stan with two N's? That can't be right. Stan seemed a little bit like he wanted to be more important than he actually is, but at the moment is horrified. Asked us all for help, brought us into the cells with people in them. We got a relatively brief description of the two dead bodies in there, both of whom had been arrested for murder prior to being put in here. Were found in the cell dead. There was a human woman named Evelyn
Evelyn, yep.
who was effectively like dehydrated, mummified to death with no apparent injuries, and a dwarven man named Borin who looked like he had just been like drowned in slime more than water, honestly. He had one small injury on, I believe, his finger that they thought was self-inflicted, or we were described to us as being self-inflicted. He also had a tattoo on his chest that had religious connotations, but none of us know what they are because none of us are proficient in religion, which is great.
Oh, I've switched around Sylvie's background, so she is now proficient in religion.
Oh, cool. So maybe we can this. And we were given, there's the head guard there who is, what is his name here? It's around here somewhere.
Vincent. He's like the
Vincent.
sheriff.
Yeah, so Vincent, Sten, there was some other unnamed person in that room too that I think was one of the guards. And we were described the room a bit, which was like cage, middle of a room. There's a drain pipe that some of the fluid from our dwarf friend is dripping down. There is a high-away window that is open, and our one door we came in through, and that is it for entrances and exits to the building.
Sounds
Well
about
remembered.
right.
Notes, man.
Thank God one of us takes notes.
Oh, and Matt, I don't know if you are inclined to do so, but I know that right now the character sheets are set up that we each only see our own, but that is where I slapped my session notes. So if people want to see those, I can either put them in Discord somewhere, or we can just make the character sheets public like they were in the other campaign. And it'll be in there.
What would everybody prefer? Because I don't care.
People can see my stuff.
It doesn't make a difference to me either way, honestly.
Yeah, same. I've got nothing to hide. Oh wait.
But yeah, whichever is easier for anyone. It's just a question of whether I copy paste it from a Word document to Discord or to Roll20. So
We'll just do it in Roll20 because it's easier that way.
okay. So yeah, not necessarily right this second, but at some point I will, like, that is in there right now. And if people want to be able to see those notes, they should just be right on the landing page for Milo's character sheet.
I can do it right now. It doesn't take long.
So I believe we're all still in the room.
We are.
Assessing the bodies, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
So, if anybody would like to do an investigation check on,
I would like to help. Help Milo.
Everybody just do another investigation check on the dwarf's body.
Investigation.
Matt, can I GM roll you something?
Yep.
Actually, give me a second. My Roll20 just decided that I'm not connected anymore.
Oh yeah, same with.
It's the at will effect.
Hmm.
So my Roll20 crashed too. So
Yeah, seems it's happened to all of us.
Sweet.
I'm
Hey.
still alive. Woo!
Are you?
I am.
I can
Oh,
see
no.
a Milo.
Yep. I still only see me, but I am back.
I
The rest of you
see me
disappeared.
and Milo, but I don't see anybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
same.
just see me and Milo. Oh, here they
okay.
are.
Yeah, everybody's coming back now. Oh, and everybody rolled investigation. I didn't see that either. Okay.
Yes.
So
Let's see.
did you get that GM roll?
Yeah.
Come on. There we go. Character sheet. So, just before I roll, Yuffie, did you say that you were helping me so I have advantage, or are you rolling?
Well, he asked for everyone to roll, but I did say I wanted to help you.
Okay. So, roll to everybody.
Let's see.
Investigation.
And Rob, what is it that you're doing that on?
I'm doing it specifically on the symbol on his chest.
And you know what? For shits and giggles, I'm going to use a class feature too on this roll. I'm going to use.
It doesn't do anything, Rob, because it's a symbol. It's not writing.
Okay. That's it's one of those that I didn't know that, so I just wanted to get confirmation on that first.
Yeah.
And then could Sylvie do a religion check now that she's proficient?
Yep.
Okie doke.
So first and foremost, those of you that rolled a 15 or higher on investigation, notice that the wound on his it's a wound on his thumb, self-inflicted because it's a bite mark, as if he bit his finger, he bit his thumb to make it bleed. As far as the religion check goes, you recognize, similarly to what you all did before, which is that you recognize it's a religious symbol, but you don't recognize what it is in regards to. Even with a 23, you have no idea what this symbol is in reference to. Aside from it
Ooh.
probably being a deity of some kind.
Hmm.
But
Should I attempt
just
to use
just as a quick lore dump on that, everybody's got to remember that religion is not particularly important throughout the kingdoms, mainly because the humans are not particularly religious. The largest sort of you have like like most of the deities are older deities, like the ones that the elves used to worship, but are no longer, given the fact that the humans have taken on such a large, well, they've taken control of the whole continent basically, and so the Order of the Flaming Rose, like, and the Church of the Eternal Fire, those are like probably one of the larger religious groups amongst the humans, and they're not even huge. So unless you're an expert in ancient elven deities, even with a high religion check, it's very common that a lot of the stuff would have been lost at this point. So that's a very long-winded way to say all that, but
Should I attempt to use a class feature to inspect the cell itself?
if you'd like.
Okay. Well, I would like to try to use Eye for Detail.
It just changes what action you're using. So
Yeah, but still.
Nothing stands out as far as the cell is concerned. It looks pretty sturdy. Doesn't look like there's anything's been tampered with.
Hmm.
Stan, where were each of these people before they came here?
Well, Evelyn's lived here her whole life. The dwarf, I've never seen him before. A few days ago when we arrested him.
No, I mean, where in the village?
Well, we arrested Bourne over at the general goods store, and Evelyn was at her house.
And did they have some place they could have come across each other's path?
aside from here,
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, if we...
And it also, he would tell you that Evelyn has been in this cell for 7 days. She'd been in the cell for 7 days before she died, and Boren was there for 3 days.
Were they together the entirety of the 3 days?
He sort of raises an eyebrow at you, like, well, there's only one cell, and they're still here, so yeah.
Who would have been in charge
Guys,
of...
close that window.
Sorry, I missed that.
That's right, you go.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask if they could close that window.
Well, the window isn't open. It's just really, really high.
Oh, okay.
Off the floor, so
and then
you can't reach it.
Okay, in that case, I would like to choose to light up.
Okay.
Does the smoke appear to go anywhere?
Nowhere odd.
Okay, if I walk along the walls, it's just trailing behind me.
Yep, just regular smoke.
Okay.
Who would have been
Any
in,
excuse.
who would have been in charge of looking over them?
And Vincent kind of clears his throat a little bit. Well, that would be me and my men here.
Just the two of you?
Well, yeah, we don't really have a big guard here.
Were there any times that the prisoners were left by themselves?
I mean, generally in the evening, we don't spend too much time looking after them because they sleep and we sleep too.
And you said you found him like this in the morning.
And Sten kind of pipes up and says, "Well, I suppose I was probably the last person to see him alive. I delivered him their breakfast and their lunch earlier in the day, and then later before dusk, I came in to give them their dinner and found them both dead."
Well,
I'm gonna take a long drag on my pipe and. So who did they murder?
Well, may have misspoke a little bit. The dwarf there was arrested on attempted murder. He didn't actually kill anybody. He just injured someone, and Evelyn killed her husband. Boren attacked the general goods storekeeper.
They have a history of fighting?
Evelyn just got married recently, so I didn't see any issues, but not really my business.
Ever popped up falling down the stairs or anything? Ever accidentally ran into a doorknob?
He again raises his eyebrows. Not that I'm aware of.
It's a weird question.
What about the dwarf? You said he's new. Who was it that he was trying to kill, supposedly?
Well, he did say it was the general goods shopkeeper,
And
so the place he was caught.
so, has anyone talked with him?
It's Gina.
Her.
The woman, Gina. Yeah. And he sort of looks to the side a little bit. Well, he kind of sighs a little bit. Well, we haven't really talked to her. Boren cut her tongue out.
Oh no.
Can she write?
Yeah, I was gonna say, question for the DM here is how is being literate in this setting?
It's hit or miss. Generally, your local townsfolk probably aren't particularly literate. But if you ask, he would tell you that Gina can. I mean, she's a storekeeper, so she has to keep track of her wares and such, so she can write.
That's a start.
have you noticed anyone else showing any signs of aggression recently?
No, it's a pretty peaceful place.
Or any goop like this anywhere else? And she kind of bends down and pokes at the ooze.
Nope, that's a new one too.
Do you have like a sewer underneath where this drain goes?
We do actually. It's a pretty new setup there. The Applegates are actually just paid to put in some of that plumbing, and that's he's just kind of almost like bewildered. He's like, I don't really know much about it. It's just a bunch of people digging, and it's just seems strange to me that they'd pay for something like that. But
Who are the Applegates?
uh, their family's been probably the founders of this place. They've been around a long time. They got the big house down on the west there. You can't miss it.
Suppose we want to talk to them at some point, and could we have access to the sewers?
Well, you'd probably have to talk to them about that. I don't really know how to get access to it.
How big is this drainage hole?
How big is what?
How big is this drainage hole?
I mean, it's not. It's probably a little bit bigger than like the drain that you would see on a bathtub. It's not big.
And when did you dig up this hole to the ruins? How long ago?
Oh, maybe a couple weeks ago.
Nothing weird crawled out.
Nothing crawled
Nothing
out. no.
slimy.
Thing
Just
flew
weird
out.
noises, but nothing come out.
Hmm.
Well, nothing that you
Just to
probably
be
could
clear,
have seen.
like, there's no salacious rumors anyone would have acted on. No blood feuds.
And again, he seems a bit bewildered by all your your questions. Like we're a pretty peaceful place. We don't have any weird things. I don't know what you're talking about.
No land disputes.
Nope.
Hmm.
Pretty peaceful place.
Is it possible we can have
Boring.
access
I was
to
gonna say.
their homes?
Whose?
He'll point at the two bodies.
The deceased.
Oh, the dwarf's not from here. He doesn't have anything.
Well, hers.
The
then.
human woman is, though, right?
Well, she married the Applegate son, Peter. He's the one who was killed. So you could go talk to them. That's where she was. It's where she killed him.
Let's see.
It's not
Milo
where she
just-
originally grew up, but that's where she was living.
Milo will just trade a look with Yuffie. Sounds like we found a lead.
It's
Well,
about dinner time. Theoretically, they'd be home at this hour.
well, there's no point of keeping you. If we've got any more questions, we'll come find you and ask.
Just sort of nods. Oh, before you go, and he goes off to the side, opens up a chest. He gives each of you 150 gold pieces because I think he was going to give you 300 each, right? Is that right?
Something like that.
I thought it
And it
was
was
like
150.
600 he had mentioned.
Yeah, and it was 150 beforehand, and then 150 if you figure out what happened. So you can all add 150 gold.
Okay, what did I miss?
Absolutely
Hey.
nothing.
Just investigation and questions. That's about it.
Okay.
Recap.
So yeah, so I'm trying to remember what happened at the end of last session too. I remember there was the mayor that was trying to look important, and there were murders after they opened up the well, or they opened up the ruins, digging for the well.
So they opened the ruins a couple weeks back, but these murders took place, obviously just recently.
Evelyn, the human woman, killed someone 7 days
killed her
ago.
husband.
Killed her husband 7 days ago. The dwarf attempted to kill the general store owner 3 days ago. And then both of them were found dead. They died sometime between lunch and dinner.
Okay, so
They've been in the cell, though. Just the two of them since then. So
probably
And
some
the
vigilante.
dwarf looked like he drowned and was covered in sort of like slimy saliva,
Oh.
and the woman was desiccated, like a mummy, basically.
The tattoo on him is still a mystery, and he had a self-inflicted thumb wound where he bit himself to probably bleed all over the place.
the woman, on the other hand, had no injuries and no such markings.
Huh.
And you found out, so you had the general store. Woman's name was Gina.
Yep.
The dwarf cut her tongue out, and actually, it didn't get to this detail, but I'll just tell you, he cut her tongue out, and then he stuck it on the door frame, and then was arrested as someone came in as he was doing this, and then they called the guards and arrested him. He did not resist arrest when they arrested him. And Evelyn killed her husband shortly after their wedding. At the Applegate house, which is the large house to the west of where you guys are, the Applegates are the sort of like founding family of this village, town, whatever you want to call it. His name was Peter, dead. And then Claude is Peter's father and would have been Evelyn's new father-in-law. So your two leads at the moment are Claude at the Applegate house and Gina at the general goods store.
Would anyone be able to speak to Gina if she had her tongue cut out?
She
Can
knows
she-
She can
how
write
to
stuff
write.
down.
She can write, so
Well, we can go speak with her first. Speak in a way, I mean, since she can't really speak, you know,
Anymore?
anymore. Yes, anymore.
which I also feel like is a little bit of a on a side note. I feel like you'd probably be able to it seems like you'd be able to say something without a tongue, right? Like you wouldn't necessarily be particularly easy to understand, but it feels like you could probably, you don't use your tongue for everything that you say, I don't think.
I mean, you'd try holding your tongue and saying things like,
Yeah, I mean, you would be hard to understand, but
yeah.
It also depends on how far back he cut.
true.
But either way, I mean, we can still get around it with knock code.
Well, we can at least start with talking to her. I was thinking about maybe doing a walk around the village, just to get a lay of what everything's like.
I don't mind going to speak with her.
Might not be a bad idea. As far as I'm concerned, it sounds like the Applegates are the ones we most want to talk to, but it wouldn't hurt to have more information first.
Yeah, I'm not one for talking. I'll go with The Witcher.
All right.
Don't you
So
know
the-
you never split the party?
I thought you were splitting the party though. Weren't you the one that's like, I want to walk around town?
That's the joke.
Look, It only matters if you die. I mean, let's be honest. We're level 7 characters. Like in some backwater fucking town, how many things can threaten us?
Well,
Be surprised. It's mostly the red.
Okay, before I wasn't opposed to it because, like, you know,
But now I challenge the DM.
I've challenged the DM, and I am much more afraid of this.
I mean, to be fair, most of outside of the larger cities, most of everything that you come across is going to be backwater stuff. So you're actually safer in very populated areas, or you're much safer in those areas than you would be out in the middle of nowhere, because obviously you're not going to have monsters in the middle of the city. So
Often find in small communities, the real monsters are nestled at the heart.
So we'll start. If you guys want to go over to the general goods store, it's pretty easy to spot. It's one of the larger buildings in the town. So the first thing that you notice is that there appear to be a few. I guess you would assume them to be there to guard the place, but you would, given the fact that that's pretty much what most of you are, you would recognize them to be mercenaries. They look to be fairly armored and well equipped, and they don't necessarily look like they belong here, which is why you would assume that they were probably hired by Gina to guard her place, as you tend to do when you get your tongue cut out.
Safe bet.
Oh, one thing before we leave is I just want to make sure that Milo would absolutely just make sure that Vincent and whatever other guards are still at this jail cell. Just be like, and for the love of common sense, don't leave them alone until we're done, please.
They just nod at you.
Not really going anywhere, though, are they?
Hopefully not.
There's multiple dead bodies in one place. That's when things tend to catch fire.
But there's nothing flammable here. Well, I suppose there's things that could catch on fire.
Just gonna have the determination.
Well, I definitely won't catch anything on fire that I don't intend to.
That's
I
the
could
spirit.
help put out the fire if it does occur, though.
That was all. Otherwise, I'm good. Just want to make sure that those guards stayed the fuck put.
Yeah, and so also you see that there is, in addition to it being one of the larger buildings, there is a sign outside that says Gina's General Goods. GGG.
Yep. Sylvie will attempt to walk into the store.
Yeah, the mercenaries just kind of give everybody a look, letting sort of that look of, we got our eyes on you kind of look, without saying anything.
Thought it had been a while since he said anything.
Yeah. Oh no, I hope you weren't actually saying anything like
He probably solved the mystery. The session is over and we didn't know it. So yeah, you guys enter into the general goods store, and it's a decently sized shop. It's got a wood floor, and you can see that it is general goods. So you've got your various sundries. It's got food. It's got a few odds and ends too. She has a few small weapons like daggers and stuff, and no swords or no armor or anything like that. And then it's sort of like cordoned off as well. She's got like like gardening supplies. Like she's got a few what appear to be like mining equipment as well. So she's got a number of sort of a wide range of different things. So it's really truly is general goods. So there's all kinds of stuff, but most of it is like food and things like that. And you see that as you enter as well, there are additional armored and armed men. There are 3 of them, in fact, inside. One of them is sort of back behind the counter with what you assume is Gina. He's like sitting on a chair in the back. And then the other one is sort of wandering around. And then the third one is just leaning against the wall, looking extremely bored.
I would like to jog up to the counter and be like, "Hey, mister, we're looking for a lady named Gina." Just give him the cutest grin I can muster.
Well, you said Mister, and Gina's the only one at the counter.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was a mercenary standing
There
next
is.
door.
He's in the back. He's sitting in a chair
Oh,
behind
okay.
there. Back. He's like behind the counter with her, but he's like back, sort of like in the back area in a chair.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'd like to jog up and be like, "Hello, miss. I'm looking for a lady named Gina."
And you again see what you assume is Gina, and she's a pretty strong looking woman. She's probably like maybe 5'9", 5'10", kind of a broad in stature. She looks like she could beat the crap out of somebody if she needed to. And she sort of just kind of waves her hand, acknowledging that, like, that's me.
"Oh, lady, you're jacked. How'd you get that much muscle?"
She sort of just smiles, and she just kind of shrugs her shoulders a little bit, like,
"If it's okay, can I ask you a whole bunch of questions?"
We're here investigating what's going on with the murder of the dwarf that attacked you and the Evelyn on Mayor's orders. If you don't mind speaking about it, it must have been very, very traumatizing.
you see, she just kind of sighs a little bit and kind of just motions toward her, so telling basically all of you to come towards the counter, and she kind of shuffles around and gets some paper, and then kind of looks at you all like, "What do you want to know?" I mean, this is all just like, I should make you roll perceptions, but you know, obviously we have our silent person over here. Mike's character picks up on all these cues because he has a passive perception of 23. So he probably doesn't. He just knows what she's thinking. He can read her mind.
We were just wondering, did maybe I guess the first thing we should ask is, did the dwarf say anything to you before attacking, or did some altercation happen?
And obviously, this takes a while because she has to write all this stuff down. But she kind of just gives you a brief, well, brief as far as writing, but she says that he came in when nobody else was there and asked, she asked if she could help him. He asked if she was Gina, and given the fact that her name is on the outside of the building, she didn't really think anything of it. And as soon as she said yes, that she was Gina, he leapt across the counter and basically cut her tongue off. And he, as she was on the floor, he got up and he was walking towards the door, and then he like took a dagger and put the tongue on the door frame. And then another customer came in and immediately just saw what this guy was doing and took off running for the guards. And when the guards came, he basically just stood outside and waited for them. He didn't try to run. He just waited and then didn't resist arrest. I mean, that part you already knew. She didn't write all that, but...
And it was just a normal day like any other, huh?
She nods, yes.
Can we tell if she is being honest at all? Like, is there
Okay.
any tells, anything like that?
You guys can do insight checks if you'd like.
Sylvie
I would.
believes her.
I would love to do so. And I will again use my tactical assessment to buff that.
And I would like to try to help, but it seems like he's got it.
Oh.
So
Actually, I got a 25. I think I'll wait.
You get the impression that she's telling the truth, but she might not be telling the entire truth.
I hope you don't think of this as rude or anything, but did you say something bad about dwarfs, maybe, to anger him?
And now is the time for persuasion checks.
Hoo-hoo.
Oh man, are we gonna have problems? Is she racist?
You're not there.
I know I'm not there, but I'm just saying. I can sniff racism out from a mile away.
He's walking around with a Witcher. I smell racism.
My scoia'tael senses are tingling.
it smells like burnt food. There's
You can tell that she's a little bit agitated, but she says that it wasn't that she said anything about dwarves, but she does tell you that as Boren was cutting her tongue out, he said to her, "You called a man a leech, and you will eat your words." And she, without any further prompting, she says that she did call a man named Aaron. He's one of the townsfolk. She called him a leech, and then she asks you all to leave.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
gonna.
Who is Aaron?
Well, we can
Hey,
figure that
we-
out somewhere else, you know. Can go back and talk with the mayor. We don't have to bother Gina any longer.
I'm gonna pop up on the counter, give a gold coin, and be like, "Miss, that was really brave of you to tell us. Thank you so much."
She, you can see she flicks the gold coin back onto the floor, and sort of turns and walks back to. You can see that she's not really doing anything, but she's trying to pretend that she's sorting stuff in the back.
Slide the coin back on the counter, and I will leave.
So for
Milo will
tonight's game,
follow.
Mike is playing the role of Gina,
Okay,
who can't speak. He can only type. So, if you want to know who Aaron is, you can go back and ask Vincent or Sten.
yeah, Sylvie would go do that.
Yeah.
So, Aaron is actually he's a miner by trade, but he hasn't had a whole lot of luck as of recent times. There's not a whole lot of mining to be done in this general area. There used to be, but it's all kind of run dry at this point.
Let me guess. Did he help dig the sewers?
he was supposed to be helping, and Stan would know that there had been some that Gina was no fan of Aaron's. Again, she called him a leech. The reason that she called him a leech, and this is kind of like you're looking for town gossip. This is one of the this is as good as you're going to get. Is that given the fact that mining has not been particularly lucrative over the past number of years, Aaron sort of struggled to make ends meet, and he sought aid repeatedly from Gina, basically asking her to sort of give him some tools that he could use on credit. And she had done so a few times, and he never paid her back. And he had asked recently for like a pickaxe, a mining axe, which she refused to give him. And that was when she called him. It was kind of a big to do because it was Aaron was there with his wife, and was very upset that she basically called him out in front of his wife, and he proceeded to vent his frustration about her in the tavern.
Is Aaron a dwarf?
Aaron is not.
Oh.
And Sylvie would ask them, would he be the type of person to hire said dwarf to do something like this? Cut out her tongue?
Well, and he sort of
Doesn't sound like
Give it-
he'd have the means.
exactly. He doesn't really have any way to pay.
He has a
something like
wife.
that.
You can always force her to pay with flesh.
Her own
And again-
flesh?
Milo just smacks Yuffie on the arm.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
Doesn't even look.
So I mean, that's basically all. He can Stan can tell you where Aaron lives. He lives in a small house down the way, so you could talk to him if you'd like.
Yeah, we can go see what he says. What do you two think?
Hmm. Better than nothing.
Well, let's go see.
Sounds like yet another link to the Applegates, if you ask me. Might as well follow up on it.
Link to the Applegates. You mean like he got the Applegates to pay?
Well, he was supposed to be working on that sewer system for him, right?
All right.
And they're also the ones who, one of them was killed by the human who was in the cell.
It is Evelyn.
And yeah. And obviously they're the ones that made those sewers that lead up into that cell that we were just in.
Oh. Oh, I wonder if he'd also help dig out the ruins.
Certainly possible. One way to find
Oh.
out.
Oh, so we probably shouldn't be too pushy. I don't want him to go after Gina again.
I think Gina's got this.
Still.
Well, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. In any case, we should go ask him.
Okay, let's go. We should also be mindful of if we see that religious symbol anywhere in his house. I don't know if he'll let us in, but we'll go try.
Agreed.
As for the dwarf and the witcher, it doesn't take super long to sort of get the lay of the land as far as where everything is. if there's anything in particular that you're looking for, you could roll an investigation check and tell me what you're looking for. But aside from that, there's not much else that you guys would be doing.
Can we? I mean, how noticeable is the excavation site? Like, is that easy to find?
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit outside of town, but there's a fairly large size hole in the ground where it was being excavated. But you can see that there's nobody around there. It's been sort of everybody's kind of, when they started to hear all the noises and everything, everybody has tried to stay clear at this point.
Okay, and there doesn't appear to be any sort of like openings to it near where the prisoners were kept.
I mean,
Okay.
you guys can go and investigate the hole if you'd like. I mean, that's a
That's starting to get a little bit outside of the things to do on your own.
Is it possible to, while we're walking around inside of the village and on the outskirts of the village, to see if there's any odd tracks or any attempts to hide movements?
you could do an investigation check.
I'm gonna help him.
I'm good.
Wow, just
Yeah.
just disregard my help, why don't you?
You guys are rolling pretty good. 25 and a 20 and a 25 and a 24. And even on a disadvantage, I mean, the second one, Sylvia also rolled a 25. You guys are like high rolling. So I'm sure in combat you're all dead
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
because you're just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna roll a 25, natural 20 on looking for tracks, of which you find many tracks, but nothing that looks like anyone was trying to cover up specific tracks, and you don't notice anything. So you don't see anything coming out of the hole. You see plenty of tracks like going towards the hole, but nothing. It doesn't look like anything's come out. Aside from that, there isn't anything that looks particularly suspicious about the tracks.
A bunch of people went in and they never returned.
Well, it wasn't really as much about the hole. It was more around.
Well, I know
The town
but yeah,
itself,
there's no.
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing in the town either. And there's lots and lots of tracks in the town.
There wasn't anything in particular near the prison or the holding cells of like people sneaking in and out.
Nothing
Damn.
suspicious.
It was an inside job. One of the guards, I'm sure.
Well,
Calls are coming from inside the house.
it's possible. For now, we should probably try to meet up with the others. See what they've learned.
Let's go. And I trudge off.
All right, so everybody else is going to Aaron's house.
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds right.
So, as you approach, I mean, it is a very modest house. You can see that it is not. It looks like it's probably lacking on some upkeep. But at one point, I mean, it's not like a shack or anything. At one point, this looked like it was a fairly nice house. It's just been run down a little bit.
Go knock on the door.
Yep.
And you hear some rustling inside, and then a man who you assume is probably Aaron answers the door. Kind of opens the door, not all the way, but opens it up a little bit so that you kind of looks out. Yes, can I help you?
Hey, are you Mr. Aaron?
Kind of eyes everybody. Bunch of weirdos at his door. Yes, what can I do for you?
Can we come in and ask you some questions?
No, you cannot come in. What types of questions?
Stuff that may accidentally get personal.
Please ignore her. We just have a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
I mean, she is
Answering.
right.
Well, if you don't mind answering us, here's 4 gold for your troubles.
What types of questions? As he takes the money.
So we're kind of investigating the murders and attempted murders.
And you can see his eyes kind of go a little bit wide, and he kind of looks behind him, and then he kind of like shoos you away from the door as he's kind of stepping out. He's like, oh, fine, just not here.
Okay, wherever you want to speak.
And he takes you, not like, he doesn't take you anywhere specifically. He just takes you probably like 20, 30 yards away from his house. And he's like, so what do you want to know?
How'd you meet the dwarf?
And he looks a little bit confused. Like, I don't know any dwarves.
Insight that.
Yeah.
Sylvie believes him.
Where is it?
Oh, that's less good.
He's still got the 25 on the other side.
I would like to use a class feature.
Do you have something that boosts your insight?
Yes, at least for this.
Oh, yeah. So roll your insight.
Woo!
Didn't need it.
All these natural 20s is ridiculous.
Well, the first one wasn't.
Yeah, but like all of these, like the past what, 4 out of 5 rolls have had natural 20s on them. Yeah, he's not telling the truth.
Come on, buddy.
I was gonna say, Milo and Yuffie kind of talk to each other for a minute, like huddle up, and then we know you're connected to the dwarf. We have solid information on that. Tell us how you know him before you end up in that cell and we find out what killed those people.
We will not tie you in any way, and I can give you another gold piece.
No. Enough
No?
bribery.
No, enough bribery. Okay, never mind. I will not give you another gold piece. I'm sorry.
I mean, if people are dying in the holding cells, we can just put them in one and wait it out.
Where did you come from?
Yeah,
Didn't we
as
all
he
meet
says
up?
that, he's walking. Yeah, we'll say that you were walking up behind. You saw him talking to this guy. So the Witcher and the dwarf have appeared.
That was my plan.
What's your... Oh no, I don't get it anymore.
So come clean.
So he sighs, and you can see that he looks a little nervous, I guess. But he, rather than role play, I'm just gonna kind of tell you what he says. He admits to basically what you had already sort of heard about him. He talks about you kind of, it's kind of funny because once he starts talking, you notice that he like is just kind of like almost getting things off of his chest, like he's been a little bit worried. But he mentions the fact that he had gone to, and no, it doesn't. He'd gone to Gina in the past and asked her to, let him have some equipment. And he kind of goes on a big long spiel about stuff that doesn't even really pertain to this, but he's trying to like justify himself. So he talks about like, he had some, his tools were inherited from his father, and, they sort of deteriorated over time, and that's why he needed to ask her for that stuff, just trying to like justify the reasons for why he was doing such a thing. And you see that he's feeling a little bit embarrassed, and he mentions the fact that he was embarrassed by the fact that Gina called him out in front of his wife. That she had given him, some minor tools before on the promise that, he'd pay her back, and that he was working on paying her back. And, then he admits that he didn't hire the dwarf. He had, his mother had shown him how to make these prayer stones, is what he calls them. And basically what he describes, what you do is that you take a stone and then you carve into it a symbol, and then you sort of like make a wish or a prayer on this thing, and which he said he's done it before, and nothing ever really happened. But after he did it this time, a few days later, so he made this, he took this stone, he carved in this little symbol, and he said his little wish or prayer into the stone, and then you place the stone in your window, which if anybody wants to look, you could probably see it's probably still there. But
Definitely looking.
Yeah.
So
Looking specifically at what the little carving on it is, and if it looks familiar like that tattoo.
at this point, you probably can't. You're probably too far away to see it. You could see something. You might be able to see something in the window, but you couldn't see the symbol.
Okay.
It's not a particularly large stone, but
Mhm.
He said that he carved into this and sort of like made his desire for Gina to eat her words, essentially. And a few days later, the dwarf showed up and asked about the stone. And he said, and then the dwarf said that he would take care of it without pay. And so he just expected Born to just go in there and like scare Gina, and you convince her to help him. And then he found out,
A little out of hand.
yeah,
huh?
and then he found out that, she got her tongue cut out, and admits that he's felt really guilty about the whole thing, and that he was worried that the guards would come in and like arrest him or something, even though he's not technically responsible. But yeah,
So let me ask you this. Did anything feel different this time?
not really.
We
I
need
mean,
to
it's
see the
more-
stone.
Also, did this carving happen after? Well, I suppose this one definitely did happen after all the digging and such that has been happening. The other times you did it, were they before?
Yeah. And he kind of just looking around like confused.
The last time
I
you made
mean-
a stone, when was it?
It's not something I make a habit of. It's just an old wives' tale that my mom used to talk about. I didn't
Was
think
it
would.
before the ruins were opened?
I believe he said yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We need to see that stone.
Definitely.
And he's like, well, just wait here. And he goes, and you can see him grab it out of the window. And he comes back and hands it to you.
Want to see if the markings on this stone look related or the same as the tattoos on the dwarf.
They do appear to be similar. They're not exactly the same, but they are similar.
Did your grandma ever say what kind of gibbly gook this is?
It was his mom.
Your mom?
Supposed to be the spirit of vengeance. I don't know. It doesn't have it's not like a name or anything.
Everything has a name.
Well, the spirit of vengeance, I guess. Nobody.
It must be one of the old gods, maybe. Old deity. Did you hear anything strange? Did you, were you helping dig the well and the sewers? Did you hear anything strange?
I mean, we all heard weird noises, and I was supposed to help, but I didn't have the tools.
Oh, that's why you went to get the tools from her.
How'd the Applegates feel about you backing out on that?
Well, they didn't really back out on it. And he sort of sounds like the Applegates are willing to pay for the work, but they're not. But only so far as the people would bring their own supplies. They weren't going to pay for parts as well, just the labor.
Corner cutters. Got it.
Does Sylvie know of any god of vengeance or deity of vengeance?
I would say, based on your background, you would know that there's probably not like a specific deity, but you would know that throughout the world, there are a lot of various spirits that are worshipped, and they're not, and it's usually more of a local thing, and the Witcher would also know that oftentimes those spirits are often monsters. So, as an example, one of the things that that I talked about in the very beginning, so the Leshens, oftentimes they're worshipped as spirits of the forest, because sometimes they're viewed as protectors of the forest, and various things like that. So there are oftentimes monsters that do certain things that are possibly useful or helpful to people. So then they are viewed as spirits, of certain things, whether they be vengeance or kindness or whatever it may be. But the Witcher at least would know. Oftentimes, they're not anything. They're out for their own desires, and if people are worshiping them, it's sort of their own imaginations and not something that spirits are actually helping anybody or hurting people specifically.
Hey, would
And
this...
you, as a background, you would also Sylvie would also have a general idea of similarities with that, because a lot of there are also witches and stuff that are seen in the same light.
This story you were told by your mother about carving these symbols, is this something the other families in this village would know of?
Most of them would, yeah.
Including the Applegates, correct?
Probably. And he kind of shrugs a little bit.
Well, gives me an idea of what's happening at the very least, but probably need to look around where she lived.
And I would also, as kind of a follow-up to your medallion, which is sort of like a mini detect magic. The stone is not in any way, shape, or form magical. It's just a stone that he carved a symbol on.
Oh, it could be a case of no magic in it now.
True, but at the moment, it's just a stone.
Oh, if that thing does detect magic, it's always continuously detecting magic on Sylvie, by the way.
Well, it's a weird thing, the way that works.
Okay.
Because I mean, at least as a mechanic, within the like at least within like the video game, um, it's sort of random when it works and when it doesn't.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where it's kind of like when you put on some like a really comfy like fleece jacket or whatever, and your skin feels so nice, but then after a while your brain just turns that function off, where you're like, notice it, and then you just get used to it and you don't
Yeah.
notice it anymore. So
Yeah, I've just put
Okay.
it in chat for people to read.
Yep. So he might have noticed her like in the first bit and then been like, okay, there she is.
It's possible, considering we believe there may be specters down the hole, that once you've carved that symbol, you may have inadvertently asked one to assist you.
Oh, but it's okay. You didn't realize.
and you see that he looks a little bit scared at this point, but like he's not used to
Oh,
specters
yes.
and
Inadvertently maimed one person and led to the death of another, but I'm sure it's fine because it was an accident.
If we can confirm with the Applegates if she may have had some similar stone, if this is a passed down story, it may be a case of same thing.
You mean Evelyn? Or Evelyn?
Evelyn or someone else in the family, if one of them's tried to make a wish or some kind of plea, it may have led to a different type of spirit causing a different action.
I may just be spitballing here, but it sounds to me like we may actually want to speak with Evelyn's family, if she has any. Seems like they'd be the most likely ones to wish that her new husband would drop dead and not see how that would happen.
But her new husband was rich? Had money?
Still doesn't mean he was a likable guy.
He's human after all.
I am human.
Yes, you are.
Still stands.
Oh, I hope I'm not too rude. Am I rude to you?
Just ignore them.
Oh.
So Aaron doesn't know much about Evelyn, so you'd probably need to go back once again to Sten if you wanted to find out more about Evelyn's family or anything of the like.
Yeah, probably have to.
Yeah.
Give us all the law.
So, as you return and ask Sten about Evelyn, you find that Evelyn had no family. She came to the town by herself in like her late teens. She's roughly about 25, was about 25 when she died.
Anyone who she was close with, other than the recently deceased?
Not that Sten was aware of. She kind of kept to herself.
Were there any rumors of secret admirers?
Make a persuasion check. So he kind of sighs and gives you a little bit more information about like the Applegates themselves. And you can kind of get the idea that he's trying to let you know that they're a very well respected family. Kind of going on about how during the war, the Third War, and even the wars prior, um, the Applegates had often cared for war orphans, so people who had lost their parents, the children. They would pay to um, take care of the kids. Obviously, they didn't stay. They would sometimes stay at the Applegate house for a little while, but then they would send them to like Novigrad or to one of the larger cities to be sort of taken care of properly. But they would spend a lot of their money to do things like that. So they're relatively wealthy, but also generous with that money. And then they're sort of putting together the infrastructure like the sewer and stuff to make this town a little bit nicer. And kind of gives you idea. So Claude is the now last surviving member of the family. He had a wife named Amelia. You don't need to write that down because it doesn't really matter, because she died when his son Peter was very young. And Claude never remarried, but was hoping that Peter would carry on the family name. So he was quite happy. There was a wedding with like the whole town was invited and everybody was very happy. But one thing that he lets you know that hadn't been told before was that Peter's marriage to Evelyn was actually his second marriage. He had previously been married to a woman named Posey. About 3 years ago, it's not technically a divorce, I guess, but he left Posey. And with the persuasion, Evelyn had been a servant at the Applegate estate. And so there's that lovely rumor of that's the reason that a little affair between Peter and Evelyn led to him leaving his previous wife and marrying the maid, essentially.
Talk about wanting someone to drop dead. Oh.
Where would this Posey live?
He tells you that she does live in a. He tries to be polite about it, but she basically lives in a shack, sort of down by the. She lives in a shack down by the river, basically. But he also makes mention of the fact that Evelyn was a very, very sweet girl as far as anybody could tell, and that he believed that the rumors of adultery were untrue. But he also suggests that if you want more detail, you probably best talk to Claude, because you can tell he's sort of like realizing now that he's sort of overstepping what he should be saying.
No, this is good. This is good. Now, what about this? Well, you got the rock from whoever has it. Take it and present it. Is this thing common around here?
He's like, rocks?
No, the engraving on the rock.
Milo will point at the engraving.
Not familiar to me.
Is it common practice?
Only one of them had tattoos. The other one didn't. Just saying.
That makes sense. Sort of. Not really.
And may I also ask, how did Evelyn kill Peter?
Well, she was caught red-handed, as it were, standing over the body, and she had cut his heart out.
Ooh,
Oh man.
That's one for the kids' stories.
Till death do we part, huh?
Who found them like that? That seems very sudden.
Well, apparently it was Claude who found them.
Well, it may be worth talking to both Claude and Posey.
Question is, who first?
Well, if we can get the true reason of why they split, that may give us an indication of what she may have done.
So, Posey first?
That's what I got out of that.
Pretty much.
Thank you for your time, Sten. You've been very helpful.
Nods. You tell that he his face turns a little red because again he's sort of like realizing that he's probably saying more than he intended.
As we are departing, just Milo lean over to Yuffie. Reminded me not to tell him where I hid the cookies.
So you have a general idea about where this shack is supposed to be, but it's not particularly close. Like there's not a river like that runs through the town, so it'd probably take you an hour or so to get there.
There's a sign on the side of the road.
And
Well,
we're walking and we're walking and we're walking and we're there.
well, it's possible if Posey has made a similar type of wish or request, that may have led to Evelyn killing the husband.
It certainly explains our two murderers, but it doesn't explain their deaths. Yet.
It kind of
Yet?
does.
Oh?
Well, let's think of it like this. The dwarf died after mentioning what happened with the first two people, correct? And
Both?
Evelyn killed the person who had metaphorically cut out the heart of his ex-wife.
It's all getting very complicated. I will just be on the lookout for a stone on a windowsill.
And generally, spirits of vengeance probably wouldn't just leave peacefully. Or without a cost.
So you are thinking that the deaths of the two in the cell are just incidental effects of whatever caused the first two murders?
That's what I'm leaning towards. If it's a case of we find another stone in Posey's belongings, I'm definitely more leaning towards possession and death by possession.
Yuffie, Crown says there's no stone there.
Whose crown?
I'll take your bet.
Oh,
Yeah,
the money,
crown,
of
the money.
course.
I keep forgetting to call them the gold crown.
That's okay. I feel like that's still something Sylvie would say.
Well, until we get a better working theory, that's something we can go for.
For a drink after this.
All right, so it's going to take you guys, like I said, about an hour to get to the. And those of you that are proficient, just for fun, do a nature check just to see if you'll get lost.
No.
Nope.
What if I
Nature.
can't get lost forever?
What about survival?
Yeah, survival's fine.
Okay.
Survival's probably better
Yeah.
than nature.
Don't worry, guys. We got this.
I was gonna say, I think my background's Outlander or some shit. Which reminds me, I don't think I took the stuff for my background and my stuff.
I think you get like a trap or something. I don't remember, like for Outlander.
No, I
Oh.
mean like you get like some ability with the background. I think it
Outlander's
has-
got really good ones. Outlander's like
Mm.
you can't get lost except by magic.
Yeah,
You
Outlander's
can-
like the best one to choose for a barbarian.
Yeah, you can find food for yourself and like up to 5 other people without a check as long as there is food available in the environment. And there's one other thing it does too.
It's okay. I would eat all that food for myself.
Yes.
Five people's worth of food.
That-
Sounds delicious.
That was my favorite character I ever got to play, was an ancestral ancient paladin who was an outlander and just found like 6 people's worth of food and consumed that himself every day because every day is a day for celebration.
The whole thing about that though is it's funny because like they're like, if you chose to, because I mean some games do where you choose to, like I know like if you're playing the West Marches, which is a setting that is kind of a cool setting actually, but a lot of that would require you to maintain food and water. But if
Mhm.
you're like an Outlander, you basically just negate that entire function of the game.
I
'Cause it's
mean,
like,
so do just druids and rangers in general too,
Yeah,
because
it's
you
weird,
can
though,
make
'cause
it
it's like-
with magic.
yeah, it's like there's a whole section of the game that they created to then be completely negated by certain classes. It's like
Yeah. By a background, 1 level of full caster or 2 levels of half caster.
yeah. So it's like, okay, well then what was the point? Because it's just now it doesn't matter because as long as that character exists, no one goes hungry and no one runs out of water. So
I was gonna say there was the game that I ran for Sam and a few other people where they got stuck on a sky island for like a month and survived off of good berries because they had a 1st level druid with them.
Did my mouse magic though.
Anyway, sorry for sidetracking us.
no, that's fine. I contributed to the sidetracking there. So you do find this shack down by the river.
Down by the riverside.
Do we see one of
Um,
those stones in the window?
There are no windows in this shack.
I'll make a window.
The door appears to be slightly ajar.
That's not good.
Before we go in there, I think I know the answer, but just want to make sure. Did our hour-long walk count as a short rest?
Probably not. No, because you
Okay.
were not resting. You were
I
walking.
didn't think so, but I figured I should ask anyway.
You could have been carried on someone's back, but not mine.
I'll put my hand on the sword and just approach slowly.
Like to sneak ahead.
Yeah. Milo's just gonna gesture for Witcher to stop, and Milo and Yuffie can sneak up.
It's as if I don't have a +5 in stealth.
We both have +10s.
Are we stealthing?
Oh god, that was with a +8.
I don't think some of us are stealthing.
Oh yeah.
Well, nobody sees the halflings. The dwarf and the Witcher kind of ruined the rest of it for everybody, though.
Yeah.
The halflings are just like total silence, hand gesture communication, and the occasional action roll up to the building.
So as they're approaching, you were like you tell the Witcher to wait, and he stops, and then the dwarf runs into him from behind, and then they just sort of like make a big
Oh,
noise
yep,
as
just
they were-
wincing, turning around, glaring.
And Sylvia's like, I thought we were supposed to be quiet.
Finger up to lips.
Yes.
But after that, I mean, nothing appears to change. You don't hear anything or see anything odd after the noise that you've made.
Peek in the door.
Boom, dead body.
It's relatively dark in there. The first thing that you notice, though, is there appears to be do what?
Peek in the door.
So the shack itself, you can see that it's sitting. It appears to be a little bit bigger than you thought it was going to be. When you look in there, there is like a divider, where it's sort of like a separate space. So in the front area that you can see, there appear to be a lot of sort of expensive looking objects in here, which is odd considering that this shack. But you can't see beyond so there's the divider, and then you can see what appears to be, because the divider doesn't go all the way across, obviously, because it's not a wall. But you can see what appears to be probably like a sort of a cooking area, like a kitchen type area, past the divider. But really, all you can see is kind of a stove and some things stacked up.
Hmm.
But you don't hear anything.
Yeah, no sounds.
Nope.
Okay.
Did you want me to send Poe in there first to take a look around?
Were there any drag marks or anything outside? Does it look like there's any signs of a struggle? Or an expeditious retreat?
You don't notice anything like that now.
Proceed a little further into the cabin.
Yeah, I was gonna say Milo's just gonna gesture to Yuffie and keep going in.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not going in there, by the way. It's a bit dark.
Yeah.
I mean, first things first, creep over to that cooking area, as long as we can do so without being revealed around the divider. Is it hot? Warm? Does it seem like it's been used recently?
It does not appear to have been used.
How old are we talking? Like, is it collecting dust?
No dust.
It does appear like all of someone's worldly belongings would be in this place.
Well, did you guys go around the barrier, or were you just the divider, or are you staying on the other side and then trying to?
I was gonna say, for now, I was staying on this side of the divider, but
Can we smell rot?
No.
I'll just walk in then.
I mean, Milo might give him the evil eye, but he's not exactly gonna stop him either. He's just gonna back off, so if the Witcher gets caught, he's not the one who gets stabbed.
If you're walking past the divider, and the Witcher doesn't need to, whether it's dark or not, the Witcher can see pretty well. There is a body back there.
Looks like we've got a body.
Is it Posey?
Did we get a basic description from Sten?
A basic description, sure.
Open the
Does-
bag.
Does the basic description match?
Maybe. So,
Is it confirmed there's even a body in said body bag?
No, there was no body bag. There's just a
Oh.
body.
Just a body. My apologies.
Just a body. So, you can do an investigation check for the whole place if you'd like, and I'll include the body in that.
Yay!
Yeah, for sure. Help Milo.
All right. Investigation. Ooh. I'm still gonna use a tactical assessment on that too, just for shits and giggles.
So, again, you find a lot of very nice things in this shack. Mostly in the front part there, there's like paintings and there's some small statuary, a bunch of like trinkets and baubles and jewelry and fine clothing, worth a decent amount of money. One of the things that strikes you as a little odd is that the paintings and everything, like, it looks like this stuff is basically stored here. Like, it's not like she's trying to decorate this place with these things. It's just like it's just in here, except for one thing. There is a decorative knife, like dagger. It's on a plaque. It's like actually hung up on the wall, which is the only thing on the wall. So that is a little odd. In the kitchen area, kitchen slash dining area. I don't know what you really call it. You find some rocks and a chisel, and it looks like there were attempts, at the very least, to do the same thing that Aaron did. They do not appear to be completed, however. But there are multiple ones, so you're not entirely sure what that's about.
Milo's just gonna be. They're not done. They don't count.
Ow.
But you don't know if, given the fact that there's multiple ones here, you're not sure if that others possibly had been completed. But her body is in the identical state as Boren's, where she is covered in sort of a viscous liquid and appears to be drowned. And so her face is blue and somewhat bloated at this point. She doesn't quite smell of rot. Doesn't really look like this happened like a long enough time ago for her body to start really decaying at this point.
Well,
And as part of that investigation too, you see that there is in the back there is another door, and you do see what appears to be a trail of this ooze, saliva, liquid, whatever, that is exiting out the back of the shack.
well, seems like we've got a trail for something.
We might also want to tell Sten about all this. And maybe those pretty items in there were stolen from the villagers?
It's
Hopefully
Makes
they'd
sense
like
to
them.
me.
it's more likely
Or-
that these are hers from the separation. But that dagger's
Oh.
weird.
Yeah, let's look at that dagger. Someone help me reach it. please.
Oh, on my shoulders.
Milo gets on Yuffie's shoulders and still can't quite reach it because I think altogether we're about 5.5 feet tall.
I will pluck it
Well-
and give it to you.
2 hobbits in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Hey.
It
Here,
appears to be a the knife itself appears to be decorative in intention.
Oop.
It does appear to be somewhat sharp, but it's a pointed dagger. So I mean, if you wanted to stab somebody with it, it would stab them.
Mhm.
But it's sort of, you could tell that it's the blade has some engraved filigree on it. So I mean, it's designed to look pretty. It's not a everyday. It's not a combat dagger, basically.
Designs on it look familiar.
I mean, they're just
Ornamental.
ornamental.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just to look pretty.
He just meant like, does it mimic the stuff we've seen?
No, it doesn't.
Is it a soft metal?
That's probably. I mean, appears to be made out of steel, but
Okay, so if it was used, it wouldn't appear to have any like eroded filigree, no like chips in it or anything.
How good does it look at carving rocks? I think is what we're getting at.
it would definitely not carve rocks.
Okay.
If somebody wants to do an investigation check specifically on the dagger, you can.
I will help.
Is it a stone dagger? Do I get my dwarf bonus for
That is
stone?
not a stone dagger.
Stone related things.
All right. Fingers crossed. Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Take that. Eyeball it over with Yuffie.
It's a dagger, all right.
It's
Compare
a
it to
dagger.
our own daggers.
I mean, I would say that you do see some like scuff marks on the blade. So it does look like it's been used for something. So it hasn't just been hanging on a wall for just to look pretty. Like you can see that there is a little bit of edge damage, and you can see some just like scrapes along the blade where it looks like it's been used for something.
Hmm.
Oh, when we looked at the body, were there any wounds on it other than looking drowned?
Not that you could see.
Okay.
it may be worthwhile keeping hold of that dagger till we can get some confirmation.
What dagger? It is already gone.
Can I go feel up the body for random holes that shouldn't be there?
Hey, keep it clean.
I said they
mean,
shouldn't be there.
You're gonna be covered in whatever slime that is, but yeah.
Oh well. Didn't look like it had any acid effects, so I think I'm okay.
Milo's just going to get some rags ready from whatever can be found in this building.
Roran, you take Sylvie back to the village and get standing guard.
Yeah, sure.
That's gonna take a long time. It'll be 2 hours. Did you want the ooze trail first, or are we
Just
gonna just sit here for 2 hours?
no, I'm gonna take a quick follow of it to see the general direction it leads.
Okay, then we'll be back in 2 hours.
Happy
See you.
trails.
And we're
Bye-bye.
walking.
Assuming that the 2 hours at the shack are relatively uneventful, Milo would like a short rest.
Well, I'd be off getting a basic following of the trail.
We walk on in and we toss the place about.
I mean, you guys are free to pocket any of those valuables if you want.
Hey, if there's anything particularly nice, we might.
I mean, there's some
Probably.
jewelry.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you're not gonna be able to take statues or paintings, but there's plenty of jewelry you could probably take.
Totally fits in my backpack.
You'd
We
be
have a bag of
surprised how
holding, just
determined
saying.
two halflings can
Yeah,
do.
Yeah,
Who
with my
ha-
remaining like 40 pounds of carry capacity.
Who has the bag of holding?
Sylvie.
Is it Sylvie? Okay.
Yep, she just waltzed away with it.
okay.
Yeah, so we go and get the mayor and someone from the town guard. Probably not all the town guard, and check in on the person in the holding cell.
All right. So as far as tracking this thing, you see it actually go to the river, and then it goes out the opposite side, and then into the woods. That's pretty much. I mean, depending on how far you want to go, that's the general.
I mean, I'd cross the river. I just want to see if it like zigzags in a completely different direction, or is it just fleeing in a specific direction?
It appears to be following a general trail into the forest, so you can see that it appears to be at the very least taking a somewhat path of least resistance. It's not like barreling through trees or anything.
Okay. For now, I'll head back to the shack, and I'll just keep an eye out in all surroundings in case we're being watched.
And then the two halflings, both of you roll a d20 real quick.
Hey.
Come on. Ooh, nailed it.
All right. So both of you are able to get about 75 gold worth each of jewelry that you can pocket,
Ooh.
or 75 crowns of value. So you can mark that on your character sheet. It's not on the money side, but just 75 crowns worth of jewelry.
Heck yeah.
Milo, Euphemia,
Yeah.
Hey.
could I have a look at that dagger, please?
Oh, hello, yeah.
Pull it out of Euphemia's backpack and give it to him.
When I look at the dagger, does it look like the scuff marks would be the marks from hitting bone?
I mean,
We
difficult
have
to say.
plenty of used daggers as comparison tools.
As in,
I
if
mean, it's
someone
almost
tried to carve a point in the chest, you'd still have to go through bone to reach the heart.
Right.
Ooh.
You can't tell that. I mean, there's no way to tell it based off of a scuff mark what it was. I mean, I guess the best case scenario is like it could be bone. Obviously, it didn't. If you were just stabbing something soft like flesh, or a pillow or a sofa seat, it would not leave the scuff marks that it has. So it obviously hit something hard. It could be a rock, it could be bone, it could be another blade, but it does appear to be sort of like vertical along the. So again, this is a dagger, not like so you would be like that you're stabbing downwards with.
Yeah.
And so the scuff marks do sort of run along the tip of the blade towards the hilt, essentially. So they're not sideways; they follow the length of the blade.
Yeah. It's probably best if you don't pocket this immediately. I don't have any proof, but this could be the dagger used to kill the husband.
Makes sense.
Cool.
And
Souvenirs.
considering the place it was of reverence it held on the wall.
Yeah, I suppose we should leave it for him.
Or we
Would
can
have been a nice souvenir, though.
we can keep hold of it, but if we needed to use it for identification, you may have to hand it over.
Oh, yeah, of course, then.
Just remember,
Take it and just stuff it back in Yuffie's bag.
just remember, I do know you have it.
Of course.
It's a good thing
I
they
like
don't
it would
do,
just
forensic
spread
evidence
legs
with,
and
like,
walk
fingerprints.
away.
You got been like touching this blade all over.
Yeah, I think
So,
Anyways,
um,
Since I've been up to my arms in Lady, have I found anything?
you have not. She does not appear to have any additional wounds.
the
Oh, she's as clean as he can get when it comes to being wounded.
well, the tracks that I found led across the river seems to be following the path of least resistance.
Not gonna lie. With all the drowned lookingness and the slime and stuff, I kind of thought it would go to the river and stay there.
No, the
I will
tracks
go to the river.
the tracks led out the other side.
Too bad.
Well, that sounds like your department.
Very possible. But we should wait for the other two and the mayor.
Well, at least you two could supervise me and make sure I don't drown trying to get the slime off.
Oh, here, I got you rags. We're good.
I think you might though.
So, how do you two know each other?
Well,
We grew up together.
and then we fought together. And then we
Right
killed a
together.
lot. Yeah. And now we're here.
Fun.
It's
So
nice
let
to
me-
have friends.
Let
Sorry,
me
I
do
cut
a
you off.
couple- No, you're fine. I'm gonna do a couple of backtrack rolls. So, Rob, do a survival check because there may be something else that you could find about the tracks.
I'm gonna click on the Griffin eyes. I know it's only for perception wisdom, but it's it helps in like looking at lightly obscured areas as well.
All right. So, you see it. You see the trail, and additionally, so it looks like the trail isn't just out the door. It actually you can see it was on the ceiling, and then you can see it go down and then out the back door, goes across the river, and then it follows a trail. But then you see it actually essentially turn and then start heading back the direction that it's not the direction that you came, but still the direction towards the town.
Okay.
Sort of backtracks a little bit. And then as part of the original investigation, when you guys found the stones, you also found what is essentially like a diary.
Ooh.
Oh, we're definitely reading that.
Right. And so you can see that Posey was making so these are next to the stones, so you're putting two and two together right here. But essentially, getting kind of the same vibe as you did with Aaron. So Aaron was putting these stones out there and then making a prayer or a wish for something to happen. So similarly, Posey appears to have a desire to punish both Peter and Evelyn, and that it states that Peter's heart should break and Evelyn should feel betrayed as she was, as Posey was.
Well, it kind of confirms what I was thinking. Also,
So, if they would explain why Evelyn's not all goopy, but feel betrayed. So, who betrayed her?
we'll have to find out. It could be Claude, but we're lacking evidence and information for that bit.
Also, it occurs to me that if she's here like this, we might want to keep a bit of an eye on old what's-his-face. Aaron.
It's possible. I did see tracks leading back towards the village. So we may want to start heading off in that direction.
And as you guys are sort of getting your stuff and preparing, the others return with Stan and Vincent.
Oh, good. You're just in time. Let's go.
We've just been
Out
walking
where?
for 2 hours.
The tracks.
Hour. It will be 2.
It seems the tracks are leading back towards the village.
There are tracks?
There are.
Oh, you mean the Uriel?
Correct.
Also, just pointing out that this lady here was making some of those same runes, and she died. So if we go watch Aaron, maybe we'll catch this thing.
And you can see that Stan looks totally confused. Like, well, we should hurry. Vincent should stay here and figure out what is going on with this, and sort of like looks to Baron to like, okay, well, where are we going?
Well, follow me. I'll see if I can follow it to exactly where it's gone. And I will attempt to follow the slime trail, please.
And you
I
can do
will
a survival.
assist.
Yeah, you can do a survival with advantage.
Oh.
First, yeah.
So it's difficult to track because I mean you're it's not really a it's not specifically like footprints to follow. So there are times when you get a little bit off track because you're basically following sort of like a liquid, which is at times when you're crossing over something that, you know, if there's groundwater or whatever it may be, it gets a little bit difficult to sort of suss out the trail, but you do keep on track. And the direction appears to be actually going towards the Applegate house.
Ooh, yep.
It seems we found its next target.
Its next target or its employer?
Both?
Either way.
So we should go quick and talk to Claude before he dies or not dies.
We should probably follow the trail. The faster we
Depends how
do
this
it.
goes.
Someone should go find Aaron. I think the rest of us should keep going this way.
I look to the mayor and the guard.
Well, there's no guard now. The guard stayed at the.
Oh, I look to the mayor.
Yeah, I'll go check on him, I guess. I don't know.
There you go.
Try not to die until after you pay us.
And he sort of just like chuckles nervously, like,
Be fine.
Just be
Probably.
Probably. If not, we can search his stuff.
again, just be warned. Depending on what this is, you may not hurt it as much as you think.
We're probably fine. Let's go kill it.
Well, let's follow it first.
But killing it's more fun.
I mean, 3 Scoia'tael, 2 mages, and a witcher. I think we'll be okay.
Probably.
You hope so.
Well, if not, you guys won't make it. We'll be fine.
Oh, that would be. I do hope
You-
I survive.
Yuvi cackles and then chucks her arm around Milo's shoulders.
So, you arrive at the Applegate Estate. It is a very nice home, 2-story. No, the door is not ajar.
And where does the trail lead? Or end?
You lose track of it a little bit in front of the, like, essentially like the gate to get in.
And is there anyone at the gate?
No.
I'll open the gate.
And it's probably about 25 yards from the gate to the front door, up a dirt path. At this point, it's kind of a mud path. It's
I'd say that's our trail.
well, it's not the trail specifically. It's I mean, it's just kind of muddy around here. It hasn't rained since you've been here, but I mean, it's rained within the past few days. So
Stop.
Head up to the door, bang on it. Do we hear any movement?
you do not.
I attempt to open it.
Bud, if you're alive, scream!
Sounds like he's dead.
Oh no.
I'm gonna steal his stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open the door. If it's
Maybe he's just not in? It would be rude to enter his estate without him knowing that we're going inside.
It would be rude
Or-
not to if he's dead.
well, the
door
mayor's
is
looking
locked.
for him.
Or is he's in the process of being eaten, in which case he would be very grateful.
Probably reward us handsomely.
I really do think he's just not home.
One of you try the door. I'm gonna look for a side entrance.
Okay. Try the
Rochambeau?
door.
Does anybody have lock picking skills?
Rochambeau?
I do actually.
So do we.
That's
I
not surprising.
when they go to Rochambeau, I will just step up to
Okay.
Jimmy the.
Is that where you
Come on,
put
you
your
could have joined
expertise?
us.
What am I rolling for it? Is it sleight of hand?
Thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools. How do I roll thieves' tools?
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
automatically add to the sheet, so it's basically sleight of hand.
It's the same roll. But
Is
you
it
can-
sleight?
Unless
Oh.
you've got expertise in one of those two.
Do I just like give it
Oh.
proficiency then to account for the tools?
Yes. Typically, unless Matt is doing it otherwise, it's dex and proficiency on a d20 roll.
Yeah,
you
so
can,
that
you can add it separately to the.
so that 12 is my roll.
Yeah, it's not a particularly robust lock, so you are able to actually.
Hey, no
That
fair.
wasn't-
You didn't play.
Don't
I
get
open the
kicked
door.
off.
And I walk in.
b- oh no.
Yeah, and as you walk in, the first thing that you notice is a dead body on the floor,
Ah,
looking the same as the other drowned bodies.
Oh, I should go tell Sten.
Yep, he's dead. I got out. And it's like, you two, hurry up before people show up. Sylvie, let me see that bag real quick.
Oh yes.
I need to put
Hurry.
something in it.
Hurry up and
Okay.
what?
She puts the bag down.
And I'll
hurry up
toss
and
it.
wait, apparently.
I'll toss it to Milo.
The bag?
Yeah. The
Ugh.
bag of holding.
There's
Okay.
a body in there.
No, not the body. I assume they're gonna case the place.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
on it.
So everybody do an
We nod to
investigation
each
check,
other.
including Baron. Do an investigation check for like when you're looking around the house.
I will assist Milo.
Good.
Sylvia's appalled.
You do see that. I mean, this is a pretty nice place. You don't see anything offhand that it would be easy to grab necessarily. I mean, like there's paintings and things like that and statuary,
Yeah.
but
and,
I mean, like you don't see jewelry in the living
yeah,
room.
and
or anything
bag
like
of
that.
holding or not, Milo would just be like, oh, things that no one would miss.
Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing that you can see off in the entryway at the very least to grab, but you do. What strikes you is you see essentially the twin dagger on the wall.
Oh.
Oh.
And Baron
Trench coat?
out the back,
Trench coat.
you see you pick up the trail again, going back towards the woods.
I'll give a shout out. I've got the trail again.
He's got the twin blade.
Well,
Oh yes, Claude is also dead. With ooze. Unfortunately.
it's probably
Yeah, so
best if
unfortunate
we...
this person we never knew is dead.
Well, hurry up in there before we lose the trail and kill someone else.
Okay, I'm coming. After she hands the dagger to the
Thank you, Sylvie.
To the two halflings in a trench coat?
Yep.
Okay.
She dashes off. Oh, be careful with the bag. The megascope is in there.
Yeah. At this point, I'm assuming Milo ended up on top again for some reason, which means he is just like teetering, trying to get off of Yuffie as the two of them start dashing out after them.
And eventually, Sten will, because wasn't that far away, so Sten will end up showing up, and you guys can take off into the woods.
Yep. Sylvie will very concernedly tell him all about this new dead body.
And was Sten able to find Aaron?
Yeah, and as you guys would be heading out, he would tell you that Aaron at least appears to be, for the moment, fine, and he had some of the town guard
Stay with him.
stay with him.
Awesome.
If this thing is all oozy, maybe you should grab some salt. Slugs don't like it. Maybe this thing won't.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I don't think that's how these monsters work.
Are you a witcher?
Mr. Witcher, is this how these monsters work?
TM, For my knowledge of slime or ooze-based creatures, does salt work on an ooze? I doubt
It
it.
does not. It does not. No.
You can grab as much salt as you like. Unless you want to season something, it's not going to help.
I mean,
don't-
I'd very much like to later, but this first.
I don't think the ooze is edible, though.
Have you ever tried this salt and ooze creature?
Yeah, you don't know that. You're not a Witcher.
You want to eat the ooze?
Maybe. We'll find out. Depends how it goes.
I don't think I'm going to eat the ooze.
Maybe a nice stew.
I'd recommend it unless you want to have shit in your pants for the next week.
Hey. It's going to be purple fuzz all over again, isn't it?
Oh,
Excuse
no.
me, dwarves are known for their hardy constitutions, I'll let you know.
So you want to eat the ooze?
I never said I was going to eat it, but him implying that I can't makes me upset.
So now you're going to eat it.
We'll see.
Well, I
Sounds
mean,
like
if you
that.
don't eat it, you can at least distill it.
You just hear an audible sigh.
Aren't potions made with oozes? So they are edible.
Distill it to make it wine?
Something even grosser.
Yeah.
Baran's just going to head off on the trail.
I remember that purple fuzz.
I will follow behind.
Yeah. Once we leave the actual premises, Milo would tone it down enough. Be like, okay, serious time.
Did you want me to carry the bag?
Yes.
Again.
Please.
You're welcome. Wait, thank you. No, wait. She just takes the bag.
Just take it.
You had it right the first time, dear.
Oh, thank you.
As soon as Milo hands it off, you watch him just kind of scrub his hands against his pant leg a little bit as he's walking.
Was the bag dirty? I'm sorry. I keep it on my back.
I just don't trust that thing.
Oh, you don't like magic?
I have a healthy amount of skepticism.
Would you like to hold Poe? He's magic, but he's very gentle.
I am fine.
And
I
then you can
would.
get used to it. Okay. She hands Poe to Yuffie.
My goodness, what a cute little fellow you are.
This wouldn't be so damn funny if it weren't for the fact that Yuffie's twice as fast as Milo is, so she can be distracted and still be keeping pace.
So you guys are following the trail, and you end up in there's kind of like a crossing essentially in where various trails sort of meet within the woods, and so you kind of get to a point where the Witcher, about 60 feet in front of you, out in the middle of this clearing, you can actually see this creature.
Can I recognize the creature? Because I can see pretty well at a distance.
I mean, you recognize it as some sort of obvious monster. You would have not been. You would have never encountered this before, and you're not entirely certain what it is. But as I mentioned in the previous lore dumps, that's not entirely strange to you even at this point, because during the whole scenario with Ciri and the White Frost, a lot of different creatures came across the portals, so there are now a number of creatures that even Witchers have not seen before.
I'll put a hand up to signal for everyone to stop.
I'll silently give Poe back and take out my
Sylvie's-
bow.
Sylvie takes him back and then uses a quick action to make him disappear.
Yeah. Milo's gonna draw a bow as well. Knock
Ow.
an arrow.
I'll just
Get low.
whisper to them all. This is something new. I assume you still need silvered, but as for what it's going to do, I don't know, so don't mess around. Understood?
So we will cast Mage Armor, because that's the thing I have to do now.
So, with him stating that, I would like to swap out my regular arrow for one silvered arrow.
I'm just gonna take out a whip.
Milo's gonna keep his regular arrow for now.
And Baran is going to draw his silvered rapier, which you would note doesn't have a guard, but has a chain where the guard would be to where the pommel would be.
Huh.
Fair.
All right, who wants to play Mike's character?
I mean, I played
Cleric.
a cleric most recently.
We'll give you access to his character.
And I will be right back. It's just almost pet moving around time.
Would we want to take a quick break then?
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Sure.
Before we do that, everybody can see everybody's character sheets now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one?
Nice.
Trofast.
I'm just gonna give him. I have to give him.
Yeah.
There, now you should be able to do it.
Oh, yep.
All right, let's take a quick break and then we will come back.
Okay.
Ooh, lovely. We get to fight all the prettiest of creatures. Yeah, such a pretty monster, Matt.
So
Oh,
yeah,
God.
in universe explanation, whenever I say like, oh yeah, it's a new monster that the Witchers aren't familiar with, that means it's a D&D monster and not a Witcher monster.
Yeah.
I think I recognize this token, and I am concerned.
I don't know the token, and I'm happy.
Oh. I think I recognize this token too.
Well, that's also
This makes me
misleading.
unhappy.
It's also
Okay.
somewhat misleading because again, like so. First and foremost, sometimes I'll use tokens for things that aren't what you might think they are, but also I have to change everything. Like I have to change stats and all that kind of stuff. So
Totally.
Especially,
Is that not an Ublex token?
it's actually not. This is
Oh.
technically a slithering tracker token.
Oh, okay.
Its face makes me unhappy.
Yeah, it's you should see the full image.
I'm good.
Actually, I think I might have the full image.
I'm gonna look it up now.
Okay, yeah, no, actually, show me. I'm curious.
Oh no, here you
please.
go. Here's the
Oh yeah. Ew. Gross.
Ooh,
That's
sexy.
gnarly.
If that's what you're into.
I mean, I've seen worse on DeviantArt.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, like there are very few creatures that I can use the regular stat box for because you're level 7 and there's 6 of you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
So everything has to be pretty beefed up.
Just double their health and make no other changes.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Combat will take 4 hours.
Well, what's funny is if you don't do that too, it would be like it would never hit you ever.
Yeah. Combat will take 4 hours, but we'll still always eventually win.
Yeah. All right. So, what would everybody like to do?
I mean,
Because
Send the
technically,
Witcher.
again, I mean, there is no such, which is funny because I mean, so many people don't know this because a lot of people learned 5e from watching Critical Role. There's no such thing as a surprise round in 5e, so
mm-hmm.
there was in the previous versions, but not in 5e. But people still use it, and I'm okay with that. Like, assuming that it doesn't see you. And I mean, let me look at what do I have for the stats here? So, oh no, it you don't get a surprise round because this thing has blind sight.
It sees
so
us.
It sees you.
I'd probably signal for everyone to split up, like some this way, some this way, like tree line. Not everyone in a big puddle.
Okay.
I mean, Yuffie and Milo are probably bailing together-ish into the trees.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
And Milo can take the command here.
Initiative.
If I can get the tracker to show up. There we go.
Oh, it would
All
help
right.
if I clicked on my character, wouldn't it? Let's try that again.
Probably.
So as you guys approach, another thing that this creature does that doesn't really do in the thing is that it sort of, you see it sort of almost like, looks like it explodes almost,
Oh.
and it splits into various different oozes.
That's worse.
Now.
I probably should just use them all under the same initiative, but I'm not gonna.
Good man.
That's fair.
That's a way to keep it spicy.
I mean, I just because they're technically the same creature, I would do it. I always usually split it out just because it feels cheap. Where it was like, all right, all of you guys go, and then all of my guys go. Like, I'd rather it be split up by their actual initiative. But
I agree.
so let's see. So this one that actually appropriately, the one that before it split is the one that sees you all, and it goes first. So let's see, how far does this thing move? Not that far. It will move there. And it is Sylvie's turn.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, she's going to heed the thing, go. She'll go in the trees here. And then
It would be half movement to go.
Okay. So she'll go here, there. And then aim a 3rd level fireball for centered, I guess, here-ish.
See, I like this first combat, and we're already doing fireballs because we're level 7.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a lot of damage. But let's see, dex saving throws. Are these guys good at that? Yes, they are.
Hey, sorry, did you guys roll? No.
We rolled initiative.
Yeah, you didn't. I was just wondering if you rolled it for me and Mike.
I did not.
But you didn't. Making me
Didn't.
do everything on my own.
He's all out of
Mike.
love, man.
It was less than a 22, and then we won't have to change the order.
Nah, that's fine. Just, I mean, at this point, I would just delay until afterwards anyway. Hold on,
No,
Mike's character sheet
yeah,
is
but I
lagging
was try-
out. There it goes. I forgot how bad his dex was.
Yeah, because he only has one leg.
Yeah.
All right. So we're doing dex saves.
Wow.
I'll be right back.
Oof.
-3.
Wow. Let's see. So, what happens if they? So each
They take half if they
Half damage.
succeed.
a 16, a 25, and a 21 dex saves.
Darn it.
So they each take 13.
Oh, come on, roll 20. Don't be like that. There we go.
And they all died in the fireball.
Oh, okay. It is the Witcher's turn.
Yay! I'll clearly do the dumb thing and move up to it. And I will take 2 strikes with the silver rapier.
That's our meat shield.
Those definitely hit.
I would certainly hope so.
Not great damage, but
I mean, to be fair, it's a rapier. It's not a great axe.
that's true. Hold on a second. This is not working properly. Okie dokie. Anything else?
No, for now, that's it.
Are rapiers the normal crit range?
Yes.
All right. Rorin's turn. Whip it good.
If I try to whip from behind Rob, that's cover, right? Sorry, to the beastie. Right?
Probably.
Okay, but I mean, I can attack and then move, right?
Yeah.
Move, attack, move.
Well, 5, 10, technically.
I mean, I've got mobility, so I've got +10. I've got
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
yeah. So FYI, whenever I'm trying to kill something, all my attacks are gonna be reckless. Okay, just a heads up to the DM. Oh wait, I gotta tell it to roll.
Okay, you set it
Anyway,
to legacy.
Huh?
If you want to roll twice, you need to set it to legacy.
What, in the settings?
Yeah, go to the cog wheel, and then on the right it'll say roll to legacy.
Right now, it'll probably
to
have
Wait,
yeah, so
where?
the
under-
cogwheel right under your name on your character.
Yeah,
sheet,
no. So I'm on the cog wheel. I just
on the very right column. there is 4 buttons: query, query advantage, query disadvantage, and roll
Oh, there it
2
is.
legacy.
Okay. So, yeah, let me just reroll the whole attack then.
And you are raging.
Oh, yeah, I rage. I forgot barbarians got to do that.
Yep.
It's a bonus action to rage or a swift action?
Bonus.
Bonus action.
Okay. Then yes, I rage and I slash. So this gets the +2 from that, and then sneak attack. And then I will move behind the Witcher.
All right. So it's you would notice that when you're smacking this liquid with a whip, it's not doing as much damage because it's not a silvered whip. So
Mm-hmm. No, it's fine. Yeah, and just as a side note, like, I'm gonna recklessly attack even if I have advantage from other sources. So
gotcha.
That's what barbarians are for.
Hey.
well, yeah. I mean, he does it for reasons like kind of death wishy, but not something that would be obvious to you guys.
Between mobile and a whip, you're going to be really good at getting out of the way of those attacks anyway. So
Yeah, it's not really much of a death wish when you attack and then hide behind the Witcher.
Well, hiding behind the Witcher is more just forcing them to move through threatened squares to try to get to me. So
What is the reach on these things anyway? Okay. All right. It is Yuffie's turn.
All right.
I just think if
So-
Yuffie, like from Final Fantasy VII,
Mm.
Yuffie,
It'd probably end the same way.
Y-U-F-F-I-E.
Probably end the same way.
yeah, the spelling I assumed was IE too until I saw it written down in the Roll20.
Yep. Nope.
by the way, that's going on with this dude.
25. And then for my bonus action, I would like to use Insightful Fighting. Oh no, did I push the wrong thing? There we go. On this one. So, need to make a insight check against its deception check.
Is everyone a barbarian rogue hybrid?
No.
No,
I don't know.
Yuffie and I are fighter rogue hybrids.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, on a side note though, I think you have sneak attack because there's an enemy to that character within 5 feet of it, right? Isn't that how 5e sneak
Yes,
attack works?
it would work
Yes.
that way.
But this
You get
lasts
it
for a
anyway,
minute,
'cause
so
it
if
didn't-
somehow it happens to squiggle away, I can still
Yeah.
do
No,
this.
I understand. I gotcha.
It failed the check anyway, so
Nice.
All right.
All right, and then I would like to shoot it with my bow. And I will be using a silvered arrow. Did I hit?
you did.
Yay!
Your attack bonus should be higher than that.
Higher
Are you
than
looking at
7?
the sheet?
Yes, because she's a fighter, so she also has the archery fighting style.
Oh my gosh, you know what? You
So
are
it should really be
correct. I
an
do have the
18 to
archery.
So it should be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah, doesn't matter now. Will matter in the
Yep.
future. Gotcha.
We can fix it after this.
Yeah.
Just I'll say if you want, Matt can
Thank
give
you for
me
catching that.
access to your sheet after the session, and I'll set it up in the modifiers.
Oh, thank you.
Anything
Save
else?
my
I was gonna
sheets
say
available
we can
to
get it set
anyone.
up from here anyway. It's no big deal.
Hey, no, if I hit it, I'm happy. Actually, wait, I just did the bonus thing too.
So you have
My
sneak attack.
sneak
and-
attack. Yes, I am silly. My apologies.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were all some kind of rogue here.
Is
Well,
that
when the
also-
options are, let's try not to use magic for the setting, your options are some barbarians, some fighters, and some rogues.
Well, I mean, other people took. I mean, you could be a witcher, you could be a sorcerer, a mage.
True.
So is that also, as the sneak attack, also a silvered arrow?
The sneak attack is part of the same attack, so it would be silver
Yeah.
weapon damage, yes.
So 19 damage. Huzzah!
All right, Milo.
Milo has seen Yuffie go that way, so he's gonna go 5. And then you said the wood is difficult terrain, right?
Correct.
Okay, so 15, 25. And Milo is just going to give a whistle for Commander's Strike. So Yuffie can take another shot.
Oh, hell yeah. I will use another silvered arrow.
And if it hits, it'll do an extra 8 damage.
So I would say with 22, it would probably hit.
Yep.
And
your sneak attack.
yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if that would apply.
You still have insightful fighting on it.
I do. And then so 19 and another 8.
Yep.
27 damage. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Alrighty.
And
Okay.
then for Milo's second attack, because he is a fighter, he is just going to take a shot at that same target. And he is going to... Oh, I didn't set up a macro for that, so I'm not going to worry about it. So he's just going to take a plain old shot. I have sharpshooter, so I do not have to worry about the cover. So there we go.
$14 does not hit.
14. Wait, is mine not in there either? I thought I set that up. Let me double check something, because I think that left out my bonus from archery. Let's see. Yeah, that left out my bonus from archery, so that should be a 16.
Is it a regular arrow?
Yeah, I did say I was going to only have regular arrows knocked to start with, so...
Already?
So, that said, it is in melee with somebody, so as long as I hit it, extra 3, so 10, half to 5.
And
I'm
regular
helping.
arrows?
And at this point, he will knock a silvered arrow for the next one.
All right. It is Mike's turn.
Okay, I'm debating using big magic just because I've never used big magic. But I
What did
don't
he
know.
say? What did he say we were gonna do? He's gonna heal, and what did he?
Heal
said
and
he was
bang.
gonna-
It- yeah, dude, I'm just saying, wall of fire right now. Come on, you think I can resist that temptation? I will. Yeah, so I mean, he's definitely gonna. Oh wait, I don't know what his movement is on his Gimp leg. 25.
Didn't he say he was only going to have a 15-foot or something?
Did he? I don't, his speed is listed here as 25. I mean, he can't get that close anyway.
I would go with 25.
For probably protect Euphemia 5. Sorry, I'm just looking through what he. I was
That's
was
fine.
looking through what he got before.
I don't
of
expect you to be an
course-
expert at a character you've seen for 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, because the thing is, he didn't. Everything with saving throws or dex saving throws, which we've witnessed are not good based on the fireball, but that's yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna Sacred Flame. Probably the one that we're already attacking. Oh wait a minute. I think his is supposed to have another D8. So I'm just gonna roll again. So it's a total of 5 damage. Sorry, yeah, cantrips are supposed to get an extra D8 at 5th level, which he doesn't have. So
If needed, I can sort that out after the session as well.
I know how to do it. It's pretty easy, but it's just something I would rather tell Mike to do so he's aware of it. Because I think a lot of abilities are like once you hit that 5th level threshold, they get stronger.
So it saves the dex save, so it takes no damage. If I'm reading this properly, because it's a cantrip. So
yeah.
because his
I think-
failure, the saving throw failure is taking the damage.
No,
not half damage.
yeah, I think cantrips deal no damage on failure. Steven, I just think about that wall of fire, that 5d8, and then if they tried to walk forward, it would have just been another 5d8.
Well,
yeah,
you know,
with the
there's only-
exception of a couple of class features, cantrips are always no damage on miss.
Yeah.
All right. So now these things are close enough to start doing damage. So
Okay, hold on. Just a reminder that things under the effect of the ancestral spirits. So it's got ghosty wisps that are fucking with it at the moment.
where's
Hold
the
on.
ancestral spirits?
They're part of my rage. So the first character I hit on my turn is affected by ancestral protectors. If it attacks any target other than me, it has disadvantage, and if it hits, the creature that it hits has resistance to their damage.
These things aren't particularly smart, so it's going to attack the Witcher first. And it misses
Yay!
because of disadvantage. Otherwise, it would have crushed you.
Can I
Alright,
grapple the liquidy things?
You can try. It is Sylvie's turn.
Sylvie's gonna move there and then attack this one with Scorching Ray. I assume she will hit it with all 3. I have to say this.
The last one misses. The other 2 hit.
Okay,
First hit.
and that's all she's gonna do. I don't think she's got any bonus stuff.
Why is Roll20 so slow when you try to edit the numbers for hit points? God, it's not like it's like some sort of like in-depth. All I'm doing is like adding and subtracting numbers. Not that difficult.
I've noticed that when I'm using it, sometimes it'll do that, and other times it doesn't. And I'm using way bigger maps than you guys use usually when I'm running games, so I don't know what causes it, because it seems unrelated to the actual tax on the system.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with the servers.
Well, we all did get disconnected earlier, so you know the servers are in great condition.
Enough blood
Baran.
sacrifices to make it work.
For now, I shall continue to stabby stab with my rapier. 1 slash across it, which clearly misses. Then I'll attempt to follow up with a slash down.
That hit. Just, if I'm sure you probably all figured out, but 15 is their armor class. So.
Yeah. I think that's it for now.
All right.
I'm going to try to whip that one. So 26 for 19 damage. I know it's probably resistant to it, but
You wouldn't get sneak attack on it though, would you?
yeah, because I have advantage on the attack roll.
Yeah, that checks out.
God, that is some cheap shit right there.
Well, but that's why I always recklessly attack, though. But so I hit it, and I...
Well, I mean,
Back
that said, I was going to say, it requires you to be using strength for your finesse weapon. Which you are. So...
Yeah, and then I will also use my bonus action to help Euphemia on her next attack.
Which is right
Yay! Cool. I am feeling like a very special boy.
Oh, poor Mike.
I will continue to shoot the same one.
now. Ask him if he wants to cast Wall of Fire.
It's gonna be too late by the time this happens now, though. They're gonna be out of position, and it's gonna be bad to try to do that. See, but
So
now
which-
it would have been...
No, Yuffie, were you attacking this one still?
Same one, yes.
Okay.
Right there. Let's see. Then I would like to, I believe, yes. Five, 10. Excuse me. No, that is 20 because I'm being a goob, and I would like to use my bonus action to hide.
Alrighty.
Should I roll stealth or anything?
If you would like. And they're probably not going to go after you anyway, but
Still.
still.
Yeah, that's definitely it for my turn. Thank you.
Alrighty, that one will come up here. Alright, Witcher. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh man, are they gonna drown you?
I'm going to spend a superiority dice. And I'm going to use Shield Resurgence as a reaction to make that a 19.
Got all this fancy stuff.
Look, you're a sorcerer.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm basically just using a shield to go, don't drown me, please.
I mean, if one gets inside you, all you have to do is light yourself on fire, right? Evaporate it.
Dwarf! Dexterity check.
Hold on, our Witcher gets an attack of opportunity, right?
No.
Or is it able to loop all the way around the threatened squares?
He would be able to loop through. It's only if it leaves his reach that he gets an attack of opportunity.
It's
Oh, is
leaving,
it?
not
Oh.
entering.
Sorry, I'm thinking Pathfinder. Whoops.
Mhm.
Never mind. Yeah, okay, what do you need me to do?
Dexterity saving throw, and
Okay, and I have advantage on them. I think wait, is that advantage or just a bonus?
Advantage.
Okay.
I think that's a 20.
Pretty solidly.
And-
Witcher's going to get engulfed here, surrounded, and just recongealed.
Nah. Oh, are we doing flanking, by the way?
For this game, I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
Especially because you all have fucking advantage on everything anyway, so what does it matter?
Well, because then it matters, like, Rob is gonna be flanked here if we don't do something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm used to it.
Milo, it is your turn. That's what tanks are for.
Did the last ooze get to go? Oh yeah, it goes after me. Gotcha. Okay. So in that case, I think I have just set these up right. So let's waste some ammo. Well, first of all, let's move like 10 feet to get to here. Then let's, again, there's just a whistle out of the brush indicating for Yuffie to fire again, which is another commander's strike.
Which she gladly obliges. Ooh, 26. Holy crap.
What's your
And I
target?
only added 3.
The original target, or
Yeah, the original.
And then Milo will take a shot with a silver arrow. And he's going to do that with the sharpshooter bonus. Which is
Which one?
already factored in there.
Which one?
Which one were you shooting?
The same one that Yuffie's been shooting, so this one.
And you are using silvered arrows.
Yes, this time I am. And that is a connect, so that is another bit of sneak attack on top, too. Aw, 21 total. And that is Milo's turn.
Oh, let's just surround the Witcher.
Do it.
All right, so that definitely. What's your AC? 19.
Currently, yes.
All right, so you take 13 points of damage. It's the first damage I've done, by the way.
Congratulations.
So, quick question for Mike, who's up next. Aren't one of his weapons magical or considered magical, i.e., silvered?
I believe he made his armor magic, not his weapon, but I could be wrong.
Well, his armor is probably magic because his AC is fucking huge. But yeah, I didn't know because I didn't know if they also made a weapon magical.
They can pick one or the other, and I think he had said he was going to make his armor
probably
magic.
because he's a gimp. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So, how does casting and melee work? Do things get attacks of opportunity? Does he have disadvantage to hit things that are next to him?
If it's an attack roll, he has disadvantage, assuming it's a ranged attack. If it's a saving throw, it doesn't change
Yeah, it doesn't
anything.
affect anything. Yeah. Jeez. Nah, because he wanted to tank hits. I'm gonna have him move up here and attack. Hold on, I'm just double checking that none of his things are. Yeah. So okay, I'm just going to attack with sure, a hand axe for 8.
Splashes water into his face. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Witcher, do another saving throw. I should have given these guys multi-attacks. Sylvie, it's your turn.
Yay. Okay, she'll stay where she is and do another scorching ray at this. Do poorly on that one. Poorly on that one.
Hey!
Yay, she did something. And she'll stay where she is.
Meanwhile, catching the forest on fire,
Don't
shooting flames out of the woods.
worry, I can reduce the flames afterwards.
All right, Witcher, you're surrounded. It's your turn.
Only you can start forest fires. So, after rereading my sign, I'm going to show why his rapiers have a chain on them.
Ooh, I am intrigued.
So between his 2 attacks that he's going to make, the rapier will slide onto his wrist, he'll use a sign in his hand, slide it back down and continue the attacks.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll do the first attack, which will miss. I will cast the combat use as a bonus action of Quack, which gives me a +2 to AC.
Okay.
And I'll use my second attack.
Cool.
Which one?
Top one.
The one at the top?
Yes, please.
Alrighty, that one's looking certainly more hurt than the rest.
Yeah.
If that's such a thing.
Oh, yeah.
The water looks hurt.
Oh, I figure it might be a good idea
I
to
think it's
bump up my AC to a 21 while I'm surrounded, so I'll leave that as my turn.
Right. Rorin.
I will attack that one. And I will use a bonus action to help Trofast.
Alright.
You gotta stick him in the gut. Hit him next time.
still going for the same one. And I will use my bonus action to hide again. But I will shimmy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. I will shimmy that way. That's it.
Alright. Wow. So even with the 21, this one hits the Witcher, but I rolled terrible damage, so you take 8 points of damage.
Yay!
This one's gonna attack.
Did I see that AC boost takes your concentration?
It does, and due to my Witcher training for my specific school, I have advantage to keep concentration on certain signs.
Nice.
So a +7 with advantage to keep up Quen up.
Yeah.
All right. So, AC, dwarf, you're at 17. Okay, so that one hits you. You take 10 points of.
It
bludgeoning
had
damage.
advantage, just saying.
Oh, so if it had advantage, then it actually critically hits you.
Did it confirm?
Yeah. So you take 21 points of damage.
Is that all you got? I spit out some blood.
All right, Milo.
Oh, we're gonna keep gunning at the same one. First attack is going to be a sharpshooter attack with a silvered arrow. Ooh, that's only a 10. In which case, second attack is also just going to be a silvered arrow again to the same one. Better.
All right.
And that one will confirm a sneak attack. So 18 on this gentleman right here. And then 10 feet of movement, and that's Milo's turn.
guys got a pretty good setup here. You got a couple of good tanks. You got one other sort of melee DPS, and then a bunch of range just raining down arrows and fire. Pretty good.
I mean, there's still time for me to take some levels in Rogue.
There is.
All right, Roran. Why not? Dexterity saving throw.
Why not? Because I have advantage. That's why not.
All right.
Still trying to drown me?
It's not really a drown, but yeah. Trofast.
Trofast is seeing that these things are made of what appear to be water, is going to cast Elemental Weapon on his hand axe and attack the one that everyone has been attacking. And he had advantage on the attack, but hold on. So, so he gets +1 to the attack roll, +1. No, he just deals an extra D4. Yeah. So.
But that was 2 damage that already got rolled.
Yeah.
Part of the elemental weapon already rolled.
I see what you're saying. Well, because it lasts on the weapon for a bit, right? Or is it just 1 attack? Oh shit, I thought it.
I think the full description of elemental weapon is it lasts for like a minute, but let me double check.
Yeah, because it says for the duration, so it does have a duration.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because he has the duration as instantaneous,
Yeah,
which
which
didn't seem. But anyway, so it also deals 2 thunder damage, or lightning damage, whatever is the correct term.
Elemental weapon lasts for up to an hour using concentration.
Oh wow.
Oh, it uses concentrate. Oh, anyway, he's probably fine anyway. Yeah, so lightning damage is what he's doing. And it's magical, so I guess right, silvered, all that stuff, all that jazz.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, so it will attempt to attack Trofast, and with his ridiculous AC, it will miss. And it is
Ridiculous. 21 is only a little ridiculous, I'll be honest.
Well, that's what I've got as well, due to Quen.
Yeah, but that's just his by default. He always has it.
Okie dokie.
Nuke him! Fireball again! I shout.
I am actually really tempted to do a fireball again.
If you fireball, I can still use my stuff to help dodge.
Okay, the dwarf's the only one that probably even stands a chance of taking any kind of damage from it, probably.
Ooh, do I want to?
I mean,
You don't even know these people. You just met them.
That's what I mean. It'd be a good thing for an RP thing down the line. It's like, God damn, you threw fire on us.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Then Trofast uses Wall of Fire.
She's going to meta magic, careful spell, the 3 of you, and throw a fireball right at where everything is at 4th level.
Wait, what? Jesus
So you
Christ.
all automatically succeed your save and take half damage.
Yep. Same amount
Nice.
of damage at 4th level.
Wait,
Rude.
do rogues get to...
If you're at like
Evasion?
level 7 of
Oh,
rogue,
never
you have
mind.
evasion.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, like level 5, I gotcha. So what do we take, 15? Jeez.
14 rounds down.
Oh.
I mean, I want to roll it anyway just to see what I would have got.
You would have failed.
Oh shit.
You just hear roaring, laughing. Now this is a party.
I'm sorry, I thought I would do better.
And con save. Yep. And con save for Trofast.
Oh, yeah, because he's got to concentrate.
Yeah.
Oof. He doesn't have advantage. Man.
Gone. Just like that.
Just like that.
Enjoy the concentration while it's here.
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot he takes 14 damage.
Yeah, we all do.
People spitting hot fire.
29.
What's gonna happen when we kill Mike before he even gets to play?
Well, I mean, it's a good time to roll a new character. You didn't even get to play the first one.
Yeah.
What are the chances he had a twin with the exact same horrific body modifications?
Exactly.
I am here to avenge my father.
Yeah, he's missing the other leg. Is that the difference?
As I get covered in flames, I will pirouette and slash at the one to my left, and then reach around and stab forward to the one on the right.
So this one failed, by the way. That one failed. The other two succeeded, and the other one only had 1 hit point and it died.
Okay, so this is to left. And stab to the right. And I shall continue.
Swing with your hits.
Well, yeah, that as well. But for now, I will continue to stab at everything so they attempt to attack me instead of the cripple and the little person.
My roll 20 is running so friggin' slow right now. Oh my god. All right. It is the little person's turn. He's still
Ha-ha!
bigger than the other two little people.
I will attack that one right there, recklessly. And then I will take a step back because it loses its opportunity attack. Let's go there. And then I will assist Milo on his next attack. Aim a little better next time, you runt. A little higher, you fell short. Ah, short. You're short.
Hey, you don't get to
Yippee.
talk that way. Only I get to make fun of him like that. And I will definitely on this one now use insightful fighting. Oh,
Don't worry, I don't think these things are very deceitful.
still.
You have advantage for this turn anyway.
Hmm?
I was gonna say, not advantage, but you have sneak attack right now anyway, because it's a melee. so
Yeah, still.
if it fails, awesome.
It fails.
That's awesome. Okay.
Can't wait till you get to Rogue 10 and you can't roll below like a 20 something.
Right. That was
Actually,
Oh,
you
we're
you
heading
already
there.
have you already have actually that ability that makes you can't roll below an 8 on that.
Do I already?
Reliable talent.
No, you have as an
detail.
inquisitive eye for detail.
That's wisdom perception, not wisdom.
Oh, perception. Never mind.
Yeah,
Which one were you attacking?
wisdom insight.
This one?
The one on the left, yeah. I believe is what she said.
Yes. Simon says left.
Alrighty.
And what? I think I can just. Oop, okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay.
Alright, so that's a 36 to hit the Witcher.
No.
A 36 to hit?
That was a critical hit.
No!
Oh, shoot. I mean, I was gonna heal you anyway, but
That's 31 points of damage.
Oof.
Oof.
Yowzer.
Yeah, that one hit. So I need to hit a 15.
Yep.
Nope, I lose Quen.
Single manly
All right, so the one there is going to attack Dwarf. It's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hit. That's with advantage.
Well,
Just
With it-
basically just to make sure you don't crit me is what I'm.
no, it was not a crit.
Okay.
And it'd be 12 points of damage.
Jesus, what's that? 36 for a crit.
They don't. They have a high chance to hit. They don't generally do that much damage unless they crit.
Unless they hit me.
Unless they, yeah, I mean. But
Yeah.
they're also easy to hit, so just the trade-off. Glass
All
cannons.
right. Since I have advantage on my first attack, I'm gonna keep aiming for the same target as Yuffie for now, and I'm going to just shout back you keep insulting my aim like that. They might start airing a little to the left. So the first one is a total of 24.
Okay.
Is he still up?
Yep.
Okay. Second one, total of 16. Still up?
Yep.
I'm gonna action surge. And take 2 more of those. Oh, that one's a miss.
Yeah. Well, so I guess how does help work? Is it just on his next attack, or
It
can
was
he-
just the first one.
Okay.
I can't pick which one. I wish. And then the last one. Another 18 total. And also, having just watched a bunch of people get set on fire by the person standing next to me, I'm gonna sidle a little away from that. That's gonna be Milo's turn. And that round cost me like 20 gold worth of ammunition.
No one said it was easy or cheap being a monster hunter. Haha.
Oh.
A whole 2 damage. That is non-magical.
All right. So it takes that damage, and then it hits you for 19.
Okay, I'm down.
All right. The cleric can bring you back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say healing word or mass healing word. So 9 points to you as well, Rob.
Yay!
What was that 58? And then
Is that correct for his level? That seems low.
Mass healing word does not heal a lot. It just heals many people.
it's 1d4 plus wisdom modifier. So it basically he rolled
yeah,
max
yeah,
plus
it is
5.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would also include him though if he gets healed for it.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't say it. Yeah. No.
Yep.
There we go. I cough a bit.
All right, that one's dead, so we can remove it from the. All right, and it's Sylvie's turn.
Hey. She's going to Scorching Ray D-Swan. We'll move there to get a better aim. 3rd level. miss a whole bunch. This is great.
There you go.
Yay.
That was my
Roll, it's-
experience with Scorching Ray and my wizard.
Is it only supposed to? I think it's supposed to do an additional d6 because I spent it at 3rd level. Oh, it's just 1 additional ray. Okay, then 1 more ray.
Right.
I wish it was an extra D6 per ray instead of a 4th ray. That would be baller.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be like one of those spells that is like, I will just keep casting this all the way up to 9th level.
Yep.
Any
I
movement?
wish.
I will do what I did previously and hope I don't get the shit smacked out of me. Which is slash to the right, use my Witcher sign to re-up my AC, then attack to the south. So, slash right. Miss. Quem. Attack south. Hit. So that's action bonus, and I don't want to move away because if one of these crit me again, I'm going down.
Alrighty. Roran.
Ah, you fucking cocksuckers. Fine, I'll pull out my silver dagger and attack that one. And rage first. Re-rage. And recklessly attack. For 12 damage. Should I just add the 2 to the damage? Since I'm probably always going to be raging when I attack?
I just leave it. It's easy enough just to add the 2.
Alright.
Just in case, for whatever reason, it doesn't happen.
Or like you run out of rages.
That too.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't happen very often at higher level.
How many do you have right now? 3 or 2?
3. I got 3, but I just burned 2 of them.
That's true, because you are still in a precarious position.
I mean, I'm taking lots of damage with the reckless attacks.
All right, Yuffie.
Oh no. I keep
Going
rolling
for this
Never mind,
one?
Ignore
The
me.
same one that you've been incited on?
Yes. I want to edit that, please. Just want to attack. Cool. And I would like to hide. And move this way. And that's it.
You've been rolling terrible on your sneak attack damage.
No.
Like, realistically, you should hit a lot harder per hit than I do.
All right, the Witcher's unconscious.
You did it again, didn't you?
I didn't crit, but it was still a 30.
Oof.
And you took 1 point over. It was 19 damage. You have 18, so.
Nice.
And because I want this to work, Roran, do a dexterity saving throw. Damn it!
What do you expect? I'm the fucking danger sense barbarian.
I know, but still,
There's a gimp right next to you
if you
with
if
high
you would have
AC.
if you would have rolled the 14, you would have failed. So I'm still trying. All right, Milo.
All right. Same target as Yuffie. Sharpshooter. Ow. You know what? You only live once. I am going to spend... Nah, I'm good. So, my shot's a miss. Second shot... Oh god, that's even worse. Well, there's 2 arrows in the dirt.
Hey, I mean, I think you recover half, right? Or no, because they're silvered and they break easier.
You
It's up
probably
to the
wouldn't be-
DM because that's
yeah.
technically all house ruly stuff.
The silvered one you probably wouldn't be able to recover because if they hit anything, the
Yeah, they
arrowhead is too soft to be recoverable.
to survive impact. Yeah.
And move up to there, and that's the turn.
Getting further and further away from Sylvie.
Yes.
All right, this one this one's gonna so saving throw for Crowfast. I'm gonna get somebody.
Finally, the gimp with the -3 dexterity.
Yes. All right, so he is grappled. He takes 21 points of damage.
Oh fuck.
Oof.
And he will continue to take damage at the start of his turn
So then,
until he escapes.
well, so then I guess is the damage, the first round of damage applied at the start of his turn, or is it applied immediately?
Let me look. Let's see what it says.
Because I guess.
Yeah,
usually-
yeah. But this is actually so per
Different.
the wording. It is in addition. If they fail the grapple, they take the damage on the attack essentially as
Okay.
well, and then subsequently on each of their turns. But this thing can now not attack anybody else. Essentially, he is drowning right now, though.
Okay. So I mean, he is up next. So, how much damage is he taking then?
So he would take. How many hit points does he have? He's
37.
unconscious
He's on. Jesus.
because he took 21 on the initial, and then at the start of his turn, he takes another 22.
No, he's alive. He's a.
Oh,
He
okay. I
was
thought
at
I thought he had
30.
30. I thought
No.
I didn't realize you'd already subtracted the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's fine.
Okay. So
But he can do another. He has to do another dex save to
try to
free
well,
himself.
is this automatic or does he have to spend his act? Like, is it choose one or the other? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Does it take his action to try to break out, or does it
Yeah,
just happen
yes,
every turn?
No, he has to use his action to do it.
okay? Fuck that. Healing word. Mass healing word. On the 3 people taking all the damage.
I mean,
People
luckily that's
trust
just a
it.
bonus action.
Oh, that is a bonus action. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, so then he will attempt to break out. Is it dex or is it like acrobatics,
It's
athletics?
dex.
Ugh, so stupid. 5.
I like
If-
the crit.
If you would, I'll say if he would have
Critical
rolled the other one,
17.
he would have gotten free on the other one. All right, so it's Sylvie's turn.
Okay, Sylvie is going to use her action to dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, whoops. 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to run around and then use Quicken spell to make her spell a bonus action and then cast Cure Wounds on Sir Witcher. Where is it?
Ooh.
That's 3rd level.
See, this is why sorceresses are awesome because you don't have. Well, I mean, anyone who can cast magic can do it in this game, but I like this. I like that you don't have to be like a cleric or a paladin to cast healing. I think it's cool.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. I'm gonna be honest.
Yay! She just says to Witcher, "Help get Trofast out."
He can't unless he takes attack of opportunity.
Wait, oh,
Sylvie doesn't know that.
We can attack the thing though, right?
The damage is transferred, but I mean, obviously, if it dies, it would release him.
Oh boy.
Let me just see what it says. So it's half damage to it, and the other half to him.
Question about
That
that.
sucks.
Everything that wears armor resists damage from silvered weapons.
So if we shot it with a silvered weapon or stabbed it with a silvered weapon, would the slime thingy take half and the cleric only take quarter?
It's possible. We have to look at the math on it one minute.
Just because it would be he would take half of the damage, but then it would be halved again on him because it's a silver weapon. And I'm assuming he's wearing armor.
Very much magic armor at that. So
It's possible, but we'll see what when we get there. But it's the witch's
Okay.
turn.
Okay, so for now, I'm kind of running low at the moment. I'll do 2 attacks to the one on the right and Quen again. Please stop fucking 30ing me, GM.
Both of those hit, and already.
And I do have an idea coming up, but that's my yeah, that's my turn for now.
All right.
how liquidy are these things?
I mean, that's in what context?
It,
Are you gonna
I'm
try
trying-
to drink it?
no. So I want to know if I could grapple the one that's grappling Trofast to try to break him out of it.
They would not be grappable.
Grappleable? Okay. Are they pushable?
I mean, probably. But I mean, you couldn't push it off of Trofast.
Okay, so it's like, is it like surrounding him at this point?
Yeah, I mean, he's
Okay.
basically drowning inside of it.
Okay, I got what you're saying. I didn't know if it just like had its arm
Yeah, I mean,
expand around
it's
his
not
head or
wrapped
something
around
like
him, and he's like literally inside of it, basically.
that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Jesus. I'm sorry, man, and I'm just gonna stab it with my silver dagger. Recklessly. And miss.
Oh.
And miss.
And then I'm gonna yell at Milo, if you don't improve your aim soon, I'm gonna take away your shooting privileges.
Yuffie.
It sucks that I missed
I think
that
you're
one,
muted.
'cause- It sucks that I missed that one because he would have had resistance to the damage.
Here we go. Sorry about that. Which one again has someone caught in it?
Which is the
This one?
same one that you've been insightful fighting, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just triple checking. Keep attacking it. Oof.
You do have that thing you could do.
I do. I will choose to use it now. Just gonna find it on my sheet.
This has been an interesting fight because the tables turned real quick.
Well,
'Cause,
they
like, you
started
guys were
hitting
absolutely-
all
Well,
the
I mean,
damage.
what I was thinking, yeah, but you guys were just crushing these guys, and partially because I kept trying to do what I'm doing right now, and everybody kept.
Yeah, dude, I told you I should have just flame walled. That would have minimum been 10d8 that they would have had to taken.
Yeah.
Is this the right one though?
Click on it and find out.
Nailed it.
So what
So
do
how
you
do
do?
you
You
wanna-
roll it?
Reroll a d20.
Yeah. Thank you.
Halfling luck.
No, the lucky feat.
Oh, the lucky feet.
So with all your bonuses and shit, that comes out
Plus
to
9.
a 20 altogether.
Yeah, I'd much rather use that.
Okay, then you should probably also re-roll damage, I imagine. I don't know.
That's up to Matt. Yes.
Also, I should have said this, and I'm not going to now because it's too late and I didn't say it. But for
Oh.
future reference, I hate the lucky feat. I think it's the most broken thing in the game. So I'm not going to make you take. I'm not going to make you get rid of it. But for future reference, in any other characters that we ever roll, that is an outlawed feat because that is absolute trash. It's so freaking broken.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
anyway,
I get what you're saying. I'm not a fan of it either, but I'm not a fan of it because I think you could do the same thing for easier. Like, as far as I see it, it gives you advantage on a roll, and it's like the same thing can be done with help. You know what I mean?
yeah, but
But,
you
yeah.
can abuse the hell out of that feat. So
I was gonna say, I think Sam and I both just took it for, hey, we don't want to get crits to the face.
but yeah, it's I'm not gonna make you guys not have it, but for future reference, that feat is outlawed in all my games because it is so fucking terrible.
Good to
But
know.
we'll just keep the roll because it's enough to actually kill it. The damage.
Oh,
And
cool.
that's
fun.
after half spills over.
Yep.
But you got to roll sneak attack damage also.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
have
Sorry.
to. It is optional.
I will.
Jesus. So what is that? 9. 9 plus 4 is 13.
Christ.
Is that halved again because it's silvered? DM.
I mean, there's nothing in the rules that specifically say anything. I mean,
I mean, the problem is that you're mixing two sets of rules. Like
Right. The silvered weapons people in armor resisting silvered damage is a homebrew rule. So of course there's nothing in the creature's stat block about it.
I mean, I'm gonna say probably not. That's a little.
Okay.
That's a bit much. So he would take half of the overall.
Yeah,
damage.
so he took 13. I think is the half rounded down.
Yes, it is.
But he's still up, right?
Yeah, he's still up. He sits there, starts hurling up
Horseshit.
some water.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna just get rid of this one because this one's gonna move around here and attack Sylvie.
Yay.
The DM is taking mercy on our poor Witcher.
Oh, there's still another one that gets to fight.
Oh yeah.
I had 16 points of bludgeoning damage to Sylvie.
Could she have shielded?
It's a 26 to hit.
Okay, nope. So what was it, 26?
No, it's 16.
Oh, sorry.
26 to hit 16 damage, yeah.
There we go.
I thought these things didn't hit hard, Matt. Goddamn.
That was max damage on a non-crit. And then the other one's gonna attack the Witcher.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a 17 to hit.
And that misses.
That's the low. A 17 is actually the lowest these things can roll. Milo's turn.
All right. Do either of them look like they're particularly worse off?
I mean, they're made of water
Okay, can't tell.
or a liquid of some kind. They don't bleed or anything, so it's hard to tell.
Uh,
The
let's shoot
reality
the
is
one.
they're both
Yeah.
about the same,
Yeah,
actually.
okay.
So
Gonna shoot at this one then. Which is going to be, again, just sharpshooter.
You're helped on the first attack. which
Well, it doesn't help
doesn't
me,
matter.
but it's a 15 total, which is a miss, right?
No, it's a
15
hit.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a hit.
15 there, yeah.
Awesome. So, 18 silver damage. And then Milo's going to give another whistle. Yuffie, you got a commander's strike.
Heck yeah.
Why does the casting time say 24 hours?
Because I had to put a casting time, and it technically has no casting time because it's a rider on an attack.
Can't you put
Instantaneous?
instantaneous?
I don't think that was. Let me double check. I think duration is instantaneous, but I think casting time, the smallest
it
you can
might
get, is a
be.
bonus
Or
action.
I thought it was like casting time could be instant. Maybe not. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. Cause I was
It
gonna
is. That's why I made it like as wrong as possible, because I was like, I can't choose like instantaneous unless it's for the duration.
Okay, 23 silver damage, right?
Yep.
No, 26 because she also gets
Oh,
my
yeah.
extra damage.
God damn you,
Alright.
commanders.
That one took a bit of damage there. And that one's
Yay.
dead, so it's Trofast's turn.
He will cure wounds his ass.
I assume he's not gonna move.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not because he still wants to take hits. I'm just trying to see if there's anything he has. He doesn't have healing. Oh, you can't cast two in the same time anyway. Yeah, so that's it for him.
All right, Sylvie.
Okay, she's gonna use her action to disengage, go back in the trees, and then use another. Where are you? Quicken spell. Yep, and then use Scorching Ray at this one. Repeat and repeat. Yay!
So
that
that's
our first
just
crit?
enough. That's enough to kill it.
Yay!
All right, Witcher. It's just you and that one right there.
So I'm going to critically fail both attacks, I'm getting, correct?
It's possible.
Preferably.
So I'm going to move to the side strike and move to the other side strike.
Okay. All right.
So hopefully it doesn't decide to go down and start hitting on both of the invalids.
Hey, I'm not invalid.
Your height says otherwise.
All
I'm
right.
gonna-
It is your turn.
I'm gonna scream with the spirits around me and run up and shank this thing in the kidneys with my dagger, my silver dagger, recklessly attacking. Was that 12 damage?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna, so that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I'm done.
Yuffie.
Yay.
Wait, what?
Oh, right.
How did you go past it without an up attack?
Mobility. If I attack it, whether or not I hit, it loses its
Oh
ability.
shit, yeah. I was just confused for a second then.
And I will insightful fighting that guy in the back.
Oh, the dwarf.
No, the last one.
I
Nope.
mean, he has been insulting us.
This is true.
No, he's been insulting you.
Us.
Oh wait, sorry. Never mind. I forgot a
Oh.
bonus action help, bitches. Y'all need to remind me of this shit. She crit
Now-
anyway.
See, and then I roll a
That's 33.
20. Is that?
I was
No,
gonna say,
it automatically
Well,
rolled.
No,
it
sneak
would double
attack.
her sneak attack.
So that's 33 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
Do I roll one more sneak attack? Is that what it is?
No, you can just double it. So
No, I think it doubles the dice, not the
no, only on the
Oh,
actual
okay.
attack. It doubles all dice.
yeah.
So it's
So yeah, roll your sneak attack again.
no, you don't need to. You just double what's there.
Well, I mean, that's yes and no. I mean, it's a way to do it.
Listen, I'm just happy with more damage.
Yeah,
Not
30.
against
Roll
me.
the
30
dice.
damage.
It's fun. Let's roll more dice.
So
Yeah.
31.
It's still up.
Jesus.
Man, these things had a bunch of health.
Quite a bit, yeah.
I'm just like mocking it as my spirits pummel it.
Yeah. Whoever's next.
It's the creatures.
Do it.
All right.
Disadvantage.
It's a
Suck
20
my dwarven cock.
It's a 22 with disadvantage.
Resistance to damage. Suck my dwarven cock.
Yeah, but it's 15 bludgeoning damage to the Witcher.
Yay, I'm not dead.
Wait, is that after the damage resistance from Ancestral Guardians?
Yeah, that's remind me what Ancestral Guardians does.
As long as the dwarf hit it, everyone else has resistance to the damage it does until the end of his next turn.
It has disadvantage against all other attacks made on all other targets, and it deals targets it hits have resistance to its damage.
All right, so it's 7.
Oh, so
That is
I
my
could
turn.
can't say. Yeah. I'm still Quent.
Ooh, nice. At this point, with only one left, and having already spent 50 gold worth of ammunition on this thing, Milo's just going to start taking regular arrow shots.
You did steal 75
I was
gold
gonna
worth-
say
75 crown worth of jewelry, so
Yeah, but the question is also, how do we find more silvered arrows?
yeah.
So, 2 just plain ass shots with sharpshooter. Good, because the first one's a miss. Second one's also a miss. Awesome.
Your sister shoots better than you.
All right. Cleric.
Oh wait, the cure wounds is a touch, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I will start feeling up the Witcher.
Apparently everyone is doing that this session.
Yeah.
For 7 points of the heals.
All right. Sylvie.
Okay, Sylvie's just gonna move up for a better shot and firebolt at it. And miss.
And miss.
Hey. And that's all she's gonna do.
It's funny, these last both Milo and you guys would have would have killed it if you just hit it.
We still got 3 heals turns.
All right.
Well,
Run.
yeah, luckily I'm out of Witcher signs, so it's just hitting it.
I think we're all well. The front line's pretty battered after this.
All
shit.
right. That is enough.
Yay.
I spit on it.
It gets absorbed into the rest of the liquid.
I start like jumping on the puddle that is its remains. Fucking goddamn cocksucker motherfucker.
Baron, what was the what were those things?
Unfortunately, they're not known.
Wait, does that mean we get to name them?
They're gross. I don't like them.
It's a situation of a few years ago, something happened which caused a lot more creatures to appear in this world. And stuff like this are not from here. So that's why I didn't know exactly how to fight them.
No, we did it now, and you have some experience now. Would you also like some healing?
I should be fine. I'd probably focus on the others. But thank you for helping, but please don't set me on fire in the future.
Oh, I'm sorry. Usually I'm better at not hitting friends.
At the reminder of how close this became to just like rampant forest fire, Milo's gonna check his hair and make sure none of it's singed.
Oh, right. And then she runs around and starts using control flames to put out any fires that she caused.
Can I look for our loose arrows? Because I want to try to later salvage what silver is stuck to them.
Ooh, yeah.
I think he was saying that we can't salvage any
Well,
silver.
you could probably
Salvage
salvage the
the silver.
silver, and then use that to remake or have a blacksmith or silversmith rather remake the arrowheads. You wouldn't be able to pick it
Nice.
up and use it again, like without
Okay.
doing that first.
So, how many of our silver arrows can we scrap?
Half.
Just because of the rarity of it, I would say, you can get half of regular arrows back, and you could get a third of your silver back.
As scrap.
Correct.
Let's see.
Well, however you want to track that, I don't know.
What's a third of 10?
Yeah, it would be 3 because it rounds down.
Thank you.
So just put like 3
also
hunks
spent
of
10.
silver.
Let's see what we can learn from these things.
Well, actually,
Well,
isn't Trofast adept at making blacksmithing shit?
I believe he is, yeah,
So
because he's a cleric of the forge.
cleric of
or
the
something.
forge, yeah. So he might be able to turn your silver scraps back into some arrows,
Yeah, we'll
given
figure
the
that out
tools. Yeah,
in the next game when he tells us what he can do.
yeah.
Roran, do you also need healing?
I'm fine for now. Nothing a good rest won't take care of.
Trofast, would you like more healing?
He respectfully declines.
and
Oh,
hobbles away.
Oh,
So-
what I wouldn't
Not
give
unless
for
you
a
could fix
mending
this. He
cantrip.
points to his gimp leg.
So I mean, you guys are actually not that far away from town, so you could go back to the inn and rest if you need to. I mean, obviously you need to.
Is there anything? I mean, just eyeballing the substance that these creatures are. Any usefulness for like blade oils?
Yeah, I was gonna try and dissect or learn as much as possible from these things.
I mean, if any of you have any vessels that you could put some of like the liquid into, you could certainly take that with you.
I do have a blade oil kit.
Same.
Yeah, so you guys could probably fill up a couple of vials each. So you don't know off like right now what the use might be, but I would say it's probably always worth harvesting what you can. I mean, in cases like this, I mean, witchers in particular, when they kill monsters, they always take proof, so they usually take a head or whatever they can get. But in cases like this, there's not a whole lot you can take back.
So, as a side note, well, these things killed those 3 people, but what about the other one? The mummified one? Desiccated.
maybe there's something underground?
It's possible.
Or someone similar to the dwarf?
Could have.
What, are you
been.
accusing me?
No, not you, dwarf. I meant the other dwarf. I forget his name though. I'm sorry.
Typical humans. All the dwarves look alike.
Borin was his name.
And you, I point to Milo, what the hell was that aim?
Saved your butt.
My grandmother shoots better than you. And she's got 1 arm.
I'd love to meet her then.
Maybe someday. When you're older.
I would like to. He's older now. I would like to start looking around the area and see if there's any like slime trails or anything that's clearly not from the ones we just fought.
Yeah, that's what I was moving up to do because they were all here after it split. But are there any separate trails?
Do an investigation check.
Okay. I will. Investigation.
Does not appear so. Or it definitely there definitely is not anything else. With the 19 and 17, there is not any other trails.
Hey guys, I think we got him.
Oh, that's good.
No, half the town is dead, so it's really not that good. But
Oh no.
Well, I'm going back for a nap.
We should
Well, we should go update Sten, of course.
agreed.
I could go for a bit of a snack.
Oh, food would be lovely as well.
Well, if myself and Sylvie can go talk to Sten, if the rest of you all want to go back to the inn.
Oh, yes, I can do that.
sure.
Won't complain.
Yeah, I'll go with Sylvie to Sten.
All right. So we will go ahead and do a quick. I don't want to say recap, but just sort of tie all this together so that we can start the next session fresh. So you are all given the additional 150 gold by Sten
Heck yeah.
for
Too bad.
defeating this. And then just for fun, everybody do and Ryan, if you want to roll for Mike, everybody do a intelligence check, just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence. Oof.
Hey, 16. My guy's not dum-dum.
Yeah, hold on. Mike's sheet is taking a second to open
That's
up.
fine.
I think the servers are wonky today.
Just a bit.
Lulu. Up. Did it crash?
It doesn't really matter because everybody else has a high enough to get this. So your characters probably don't get the full understanding of what the full events are, but I am going to say that you guys are confident that this was a separate scenario from the stuff that's being done underground in the ruins and such. So with the intelligence, I'm giving your characters the high enough intelligence roll to understand that they're not related. And then if you all like, as players, I can tell you what really happened because your characters didn't figure it out.
I mean, you say that, but the theory I came up with, even though possibly incorrect, kind of came together in a correct way. Like, it kind of led us in the right direction to get to where we were.
Tell
Right.
me.
But if
I
you had
didn't
done things
know.
differently, things would have been different. So this outcome wasn't the only outcome that could have happened. So again, so just to wrap it up, so your characters are all back at the inn. You got your money. They were, obviously upset that everybody died, but Sten is understanding that you defeated the creature, and that sort of puts an end to this particular chapter of the scenario, so that you guys can then follow up with what you originally came here to do next time, which is investigate the ruins. But as players, so the dwarf actually caused all of this, basically. So the bite mark on his thumb was a ritual that he did to turn Evelyn into the creature that you just killed.
Oh, okay. So that's why she was sucked dry. It was her essence we were fighting.
Correct. So basically, like the way that this all happened is that Boren came to town, and then he's the one that killed, or he's the one that
Well,
actually
He attacked the store person. Then
he
went to
attacked the store
jail.
person, and he also killed Peter. Evelyn
How?
actually just found. So
Ah.
essentially, what happened is that she came into the room and picked up the knife, and Claude, the father-in-law, came down the stairs after hearing her scream and see her covered in blood with the knife in her hand and the heart cut out. So she didn't actually do it. Boren did. And so then, once they were in the jail together, Boren basically convinced Evelyn to exact revenge on the people that betrayed her. And then he performed the ritual to turn her into that, and then she went and killed everybody else. And then you killed her.
I mean, it was a kind of possession. We were kind of right.
I mean, so I guess here's the thing. So I mean, some of my questions would be, well, like, why did Bourne let himself get caught? Was it just to go to jail? Like,
Well,
and then-
initially he was just didn't think that anything in particular was going to he didn't think he was going to get in that much trouble because they didn't know that he killed someone. He just attacked them, so like he figured he would probably be able to get away eventually. Additionally, though, part of it was that Evelyn talked to Boren and explained everything, and Boren also got when he got the full story, he was lied to because he was also, so Boren was lied to by Posey. So it's a very convoluted thing, basically. But the only outcome that could have been slightly different is if you had gone to the Applegate house first,
yeah.
then Claude wouldn't have died, and he would have given you a lot more details that you didn't get because you went to Posey first. Posey was going to be dead no matter what, but
yeah, but I mean, so if we had gone to Claude first, would the creature just run into us there?
yeah, you probably would have. Well, depending on the rolls that you made, you may have actually had to fight it there instead of here.
Yeah.
But you would have known more about what was going on versus what you did. I mean, in the end, whether your characters knew all of the exact events, the end result was the same. That you killed. You just didn't know that it was Evelyn that you killed.